And yes, we are here once again to talk about the latest season of Survivor. There's a little season coming out, as I usually do. With these, we got a new season coming out tomorrow, so I do, cast assessments and things like that. But this one's a little different. I don't know. This one might be there might be some interest in this one that I think I might need some guests for that. I think a lot of people are excited for. No, in all seriousness. Survivor 50, it's coming out. We're all very excited for it. And like I said, I'm not alone for this. I got a whole panel with me. Some of them, well, you've seen all of them before, but like I'm very excited to have everybody here. First off, we'll start off with the first person I see here. You know him. You might have you have a reaction towards him. We'll say that. I don't know if I go with the love level, but you certainly have a reaction there. It's the one, the only Mike Vaccaro.
Who the fuck is... All right, it's season 50. We gotta hash that. Bring it back. Who the fuck is Mike?
Honestly, the world may never know. But who we do know is we do know this next person, and you do love her, and that is the amazing Jazzie.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, great to have you. And then was hoping to get this last person for 49. Didn't quite work out. Finally found the right time to do it. We have the amazing, the wonderful Jenn.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Yes. All right. So I think before we just get into this whole thing, let's just talk about our anticipations for 50. I mean, I think this is a pretty big season. Obviously, the last 9 seasons, it's all been like new players and things like that. So we really haven't had that like returning season in a while. So what are our anticipations like, if anyone wants to start?
What was that?
Our anticipation for 50.
Yeah, how do we feel about 50? Honestly, I can start. I mean, I'm excited to see so many people coming back who haven't had a chance to come back, especially like the more mid-season people that like that mid-seasons. That
exactly. Mike or Jen, if you guys want to weigh in.
I'm looking forward to just the combination of old players, new players, not literally new players, but returning new era players. It's definitely going to be an interesting season.
Mm-hmm.
I feel.
Yeah, I agree. I'm very excited for this season. I think that CBS has done a good job of hyping the season up a lot. So it's been getting me very excited, more so than other seasons. So gonna be good.
Yeah, and then as for me, I mean, I'm in a very weird place when it comes to this season because, as you guys know, as much as I do love Survivor, I can't call myself like a lifelong fan because I really didn't start watching until 41. And I was hoping for 50 to try to do like this road to 50 kind of thing, try to watch like the 15, 16 seasons I haven't done. I've watched 1.5 of those seasons. So
can I just say, as not necessarily a lifelong fan, as you're doing your road to 50, I will say if you're only doing seasons that are being represented, don't. They skip what? The 20s. Yeah, they skip the 20s.
They do.
There isn't a single returning player from the 20s, and I'm a little disappointed in that. So I feel like Malcolm would have been great. Reynolds would have been great.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Reynolds since Caramoan.
Yeah.
I thought Reynolds was really good, and I don't know why I'm like hardcore jumping on that one particular person, but I
just
in the moment can't really think anything of. But the 20s are good. That's what I meant to say. The 20s are good.
Yeah. No, I will eventually get to the other ones. I do have a plan for what I'm going to do. I'm going to announce that at the end of this. You guys already know, but you guys don't know, so I'm going to announce it that way. But yeah, so safe to say, this is going to be a bit of a different video because the first, 15 people we have to talk about. I don't know much to say. So it's mostly going to be Mike, Jenn, and Jazzie chiming in.
I would go off of vibes, personally. Just this is how you vibing with. Like how I did with 49 last season. I didn't read any of the bios. I didn't do any of that.
To win it.
They're just in it to win it. And
no,
but like I'm more prepared this time.
Okay, yeah, and I figured that'd be the case. So like I said,
in all seriousness, just go off the vibes.
Mm-hmm.
What's the vibes?
No, like I said, I have stuff to say about some of these people, but a good majority of them, it's mostly going to be these three. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. I think just because of the way the season is done, we're just going to go in season order. So I have the Entertainment Weekly article here. I'm not reading through all the shit of like, what they want to do and things, because we already know who these people are. So we're just going to go ahead and get started with our first person here. This is Jenna Lewis-Dougherty. Now, what I will say is that I have seen Borneo. I have not seen the second season she's competed on, but what I will say about Jenna, and, as someone who, knew she was going to be on the season, I really tried to pay close attention to her when I watched Borneo for the first time, because I really wanted to see like what kind of player she is. And what I kind of gathered is that this is someone who I think is a very understated player. She's just kind of this really nice person who everyone really, they feel very close with. She's someone who's very good at being a social player. I think she's in a really good spot in Borneo because, she's with a lot of people who don't want to be strategic. And while I wouldn't necessarily call her strategic in Borneo, she's a very good social player. She always knows what's going on. Her reads are very good. People just naturally feel like drawn to her. And so I feel like that puts her in a spot in 50 to where, sure, she is, from the first season, but I think that actually works out pretty well for Jenna, because I think people are going to see her as someone who, well, she's from the earlier seasons, but the game was different then. She's not going to be as ahead of the curve and things like that when she actually will be. And I think that that's something to really watch out for. So I think Jenna is like a real dark horse going into 50. I think that, like I said, she has a pulse on the game. I'm sure has been, watching since, season since then. Like I said, I don't know much about how she played in All-Stars, but from what I gathered in Borneo, I think that, she is someone who is really someone that, knows how to talk to people, knows how to insulate herself. And I think on a cast where, there's going to be more alliances and things like that, I think she could honestly do really well. So I'm very excited to see how she does, especially since I don't think she's played since All-Stars. So I think that's very exciting. If anyone wants to weigh in about Jenna.
She is one of the players I was most excited to see come back, just because like the game has evolved. The last time she played, there was no idols and advantages, and I'm interested to see how she navigates with the advantages and different things in the game. She seems like, even though she's an old school player, she seems like most likely to adapt to the new school game, which I think she's going to do very well. I can honestly see it. She has a very good social game, as you said. Both seasons she was on. I didn't watch that much of All-Stars. I watched maybe halfway to All-Stars, so I don't have the full experience. But the one thing I remember her coming in hot and being like, we need to get rid of the winners, which was a crazy, like, cool thing she did. And she was one who led the charge, especially in the early game, to get out the winners. And if she comes in guns blazing, I think it would not work in her favor this time. I think her best strategy is sit back and kind of, seem like she's not as with the game as she is.
Jen, what do you think?
Yeah, I love Jenna in Borneo. I honestly felt like I feel like people underestimated her a little bit. And I can see that happening again because she's such an old school player, and which, like, she played 20 years ago, basically. So like she's a little bit older now. So I think people might underestimate her, which might not do her very well in the game, but I hope I'm wrong because I love her and I don't want to see the old school players just get picked off because they're old school players.
Yeah. No, definitely. I express the same sentiments where it's like, even though I haven't seen a lot of those old school players, I definitely want it to be like a good, like, head to head between them where it's like the old school and the new school both can do really well. But Mike, what do you think about Jenna coming back?
I'm actually really like,
win it, of course.
Well, she's been in it to win it since the very beginning, if you know what I mean. No, but I'm looking forward to Jenna being back. Jenna hasn't played since season 8.
Yep.
Which was All-Stars, for those who might not know. She hasn't... I will not spoil for our but our host here who hasn't watched yet, but I will say she goes very deep.
Yeah, I knew that.
That's on you for that's on you for being very late to a season.
I know.
No, she goes very deep. I don't remember a lot of it. It's been a very long time since I've seen All-Stars myself and Borneo as well. But this is somebody I'm really glad they have, because with Borneo, it's not so much that it's a different game. It's the fact that this is the cast that pioneered the game. There was no game before people like Jenna, Richard, Kelly, etc. There was no game before that. That was the first season. First season, as far as I know, is the first social strategy game out there. Besides, like Big Brother, these two premiered in the same year. But I don't know which one came first, honestly. But to have that back for season 50, 25 years later, is really interesting. And Jenna just to see how Jenna navigates the game that has evolved since over all these years. And I'm realizing I'm not making much sense, but I
feel like I'm in the same boat.
There of like just especially the fact of what I find most interesting is the fact that the last time Jenna played, and I'm pretty sure she's the only one on this cast that could say this, she's the only one who has not returned since the birth of Immunity Idols.
I mentioned that before.
Which started in season 11.
Yes, it did.
I disconnected, but...
Oh, no, you're fine.
But, yeah. Guatemala was the first season with Idols. She has not returned since All-Stars. So, like, even our other old school players have returned. Mm-hmm. So, it'll be interesting.
So I think we've said all we need to about Jenna. Very excited to see her back, and like I said, I think could be a real force to be reckoned with on this season, especially seeing that we don't really know how she plays the new game. I think it's gonna be really interesting to see how she's kind of adapted since then. So now we move on to the only other person I really have anything to say about because it's the only other season I've watched. And that is Colby Donaldson. And
that's on you, because there's 3 seasons to choose from with this guy.
Listen, I was trying to go in order, and it didn't work out. Also, hi, Josh. Always great to see you. So Colby, this is what I'll say. From what I've gathered in, the season I watched of Australian Outback and things like that, Colby is someone who, unlike Jenna, I was really trying to pay attention to his game, and I really didn't like doing so because I don't like watching him all that much. I don't find him to be a very interesting player. He's kind of just like this guy. He wins immunities, and he's good at winning stuff. And like he butts heads with Jerry, who I liked infinitely more and would have loved to see her return on this cast. But that was not the case, unfortunately.
They caught her.
Yeah, they did. Other than that, I don't really have a ton to say about Colby. I kind of just find him to be like, the guy who's just good at winning challenges. And I feel like that's going to be what he is here, where it's like, sure, he's someone who is very physical, but I think that's going to put him at a big disadvantage. There's a lot of social people on this cast, and people are going to see him as like, Colby, someone who could make a really deep run. So you got to try to cut him as soon as possible. So I really don't know how he's going to do. Unlike Jenna, he's had quite a few appearances. He's been on Australian Outback, All-Stars, and what most people consider the best season, Heroes versus Villains. So
Kevin, have you watched Heroes versus Villains?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. That tracks.
No, I'm only
Kevin. It is. Oh my god, I love Heroes versus Villains.
Yeah.
One thing I want to say about Colby is
I don't have much else to say. So,
because Kevin, I know you were saying about worrying about him being too much of a physical player. When he was hurt back for Heroes versus Villains, he was terrible at challenges and lost.
Exactly why. That's why I asked if Kevin had seen it.
Yeah, because where I'm at in Australian Outback, which I haven't even finished, by the way, I have 2 episodes left. He's won like 3 to 4 immunity challenges already. So I'm like, okay, I guess this guy's gonna be like a big challenge.
Yeah, his glory days of being the physical threat are definitely behind him. I'm very interested to see what happens this season because I don't know what else there really is for him to do in the games. I thought he was kind of a surprising choice. I know he was like one of the biggest stars in Survivor's heyday of like the early seasons, but I don't like. I thought his story was pretty complete after Heroes versus Villains, I'm curious to see how he does. I'm not super excited to see him back, but I'm not like super annoyed that he's back. I'm kind of like middle of the road about him. It'll be interesting to see how he navigates this game, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Jazzie. I think like he wasn't like someone that was on my radar of someone I would have picked to come back. But I think the fact that he is an old school player and we haven't seen him in a really long time is going to be exciting to see how he's changed as a game player, if he's changed as a game player. If he doesn't, which I can see him not really changing from the way that he likes to play, I don't think that's going to go very well for him because the game has evolved so much. But he is he is like the epitome of like old school Survivor. So I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna do super good. Which I'm indifferent, but I'm still excited to see him just for the old school factor.
Absolutely.
Also, hi, Violet.
Hi, Violet.
Yes.
I think if we never have Boston Rob, this guy takes the spot that Rob has had over the years. I like, needless to say, I feel like Colby was meant to be like the original Boston Rob, and then Rob came along and kind of just blew him out of the water. I think if you don't get Rob for a season that's meant to be a celebration of Survivor over the past 25 years, I think Colby is the next get for an essential player.
Mm-hmm.
Colby sets a few very early records that I don't remember if they're still intact or not. I think they might be. By that I mean most immunity wins in a single season for a male, and also most consecutive immunity wins in general.
Oh, I don't know about the consecutive.
If not 4 than 5. But I do know, if I remember correctly, like that physical prowess was ultimately why he did not win in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's kind of, as far as I remember, all he had.
Yeah.
Like, he won the challenges, he was great and all, but what else is there?
Right. That's what I'm saying, where like I think it's kind of a weird choice to bring him back because there's not really much he has like character-wise. And obviously I haven't watched his other seasons, but from what I've seen in Australian Outback, it's like I don't really get it with this guy. I don't really find him that compelling to watch, but maybe that'll change in the other seasons I watch. But yeah,
also, fun fact, this is Colby's first time returning without Jerry.
That's true. You're right.
Jeff draws attention to this in Heroes versus Villains. That stuck with me the first time I watched that season.
That is really interesting. All right, so I think we've said all we need to about Colby. Let's move on to someone I don't really want to speak that much about. Stephenie, LaGrossa, Kendrick, and all I will say about her is 2 things. One, I watched her on The Traders. I kind of liked her there. And also, we love Eliza Orleans, and we'll just leave it at that. I don't have much else to say. I'm not particularly.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
We can dislike both of them.
Yeah, literally. That's where I'm at, respectfully.
Okay, because I watched that video and I was like, okay, I feel like she kind of has a point, but I don't know what I'm.
Oh, so she finally released one that wasn't paywalled? Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah, we can dislike both Eliza and Stephenie. That's okay.
That's like I'm all for the shit talking. Don't get me wrong. I'm a very toxic individual. I love the shit talking. Why are you charging fans for it? Why is this shit paywalled?
That's a good point.
Also, we kind of stand with Palestine respectfully.
Yes, that's why I was specifically saying we love Eliza Orlins. But maybe we don't love Eliza Orlins, but we do love what she's speaking about.
She's a Zionist, bro.
Oh,
isn't she also a Zionist?
She is? Oh, I thought she was Palestine.
Not the panel turning on the host.
Oh, well, anyway.
We can expect a twit log in the next 5 minutes.
I'm just going to say I'm not super informed about all the drama that she's been involved in because
someone else created it and then paywalled it. Yeah.
I definitely kind of stay out of that.
Anyway.
Things,
I can't hear anything.
Oh, God, did I cut out again?
All right, so back to Survivor.
Yeah, I was saying, I don't know. I was saying I don't know too much about the drama because I stay out of that kind of realm of things.
I can't hear Jazzie.
God.
I can.
Oh.
Okay, I was like, is it cutting out again? I am so sorry. Basically, what I'm gonna say about her appearances on Survivor, the biggest takeaway I know of with her was the fact that she was the only surviving member of her tribe on Palau, and that was like the big get with her. Her other appearances haven't been as interesting. I didn't watch too much of Guatemala. I do know she made it to the end, and she lost mostly because she was a little too arrogant. That's kind of what I remember hearing. But I did like her on the Traders as well. I thought she was a decent player. But with her, she kind of has a rivalry with Cirie, which should be really interesting to kind of see because Cirie did her dirty in the Traders. And seeing how that goes as far as if they're playing with each other and how their relationship is going to be. I think that's going to be more interesting than anything else that she really will bring to the table. But yeah, that's my take.
Jenn or Mike?
She doesn't deserve my words.
Honestly.
I don't remember anything about her other than her being part of that tribe that got completely decimated. Where the hell is Bobby John?
Literally, I would have rather seen Bobby John come back. Like,
she gets all the spotlight, all the chances. Where the hell did he go?
No, literally, bring back Bobby John. Justice for Bobby John.
Like, look at this, 19th place. Why is 19th place coming back? We don't need this.
Yeah, no, the only thing I really know about Stephenie, aside from a lot of things that she stands for, is the fact that the seasons that she was on are not the most interesting, and her specific arc is not the most exciting. And apparently, Guatemala, like, you really fucking hate her. So yeah, I don't have much else to say beyond that. We'll see how she does. I don't know, honestly, why she was chosen. I think it was kind of a strange choice, but I mean, we got a lot of weird shit going on at CBS these days, so
we could have had Jerry again, and this is what we got instead.
No, exactly. Like, I don't know why Jerry was not picked here. Like, that seems like such an easy choice. But anyway, let's move on to maybe a small, kind of a small player. No, not someone we've seen in a long time. Someone who maybe Survivor a couple times. No, I'm kidding. It's Cirie. Look, what can I say?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, on it.
I've never seen that woman before in my life.
Honestly, yeah. Damn. I didn't know Julia Gritzback joined the stream. Anyway,
I was about to say I was making fun of someone else.
Anyway, Julia, if you're seeing this, love you, by the way. But anyway, Cirie. What can I say about Cirie? So I've seen her obviously on Traders.
Damn well she's not watching this.
No, she's not. But anyways, I've seen Cirie on Traders, and I've seen her. Oh, hi, Lewis.
Hi,
Haven't seen you in a
Lewis.
while. Great to see you. Happy 50 Eve indeed. Yeah, so Cirie, I've seen her on the Traders. I've seen her on Big Brother 25, and she's just one of the best to ever do it. Just from seeing her on those two things, the ability she has to maneuver socially and get things done that are so suboptimal for other people but are beneficial for her is just so incredible to watch. And I do think that this is a cast she is going to do really well on. There's obviously a lot to be said about how many appearances that she's had, but I mean, it's Cirie, and I really do think that she is somebody that is still going to do really well. People are going to be drawn to her just for the fact that it's Cirie. They're going to say, oh my God, Cirie's on this cast. They're not going to want to vote her out. They're going to want to try to work with her, because why wouldn't you want to work with Cirie? So I feel like she's going to do really well here. I think she honestly is going to make a really deep run. Surprise, honestly, a lot of people shouldn't be surprised because it's Cirie, but I have seen the argument of like, oh, well, because she's played so many times not to do well, I don't think that applies to Cirie. I think Cirie has shown she can adapt. She's good on pretty much any cast. She knows how to work her way in with people, and I think she is absolutely one of the biggest contenders on this cast for sure. I think, when it comes to other people that we've seen a bunch of times, I very much think that Cirie's here to finally get that well-deserved win, and I really do hope that is the case. So very excited to see her.
She needs to learn how to make fire.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, so I'm very excited to see how she does, and I think this could honestly be one of her best performances on Survivor to date. But what do you guys think?
One thing I love about Cirie, on pretty much every season she's been on, she knows how to adapt and how to work with the cast that she is given. And I, like you said, I think she's going to do very well on the season. I have decently high hopes for her. I feel like she may be running things similar to how Sandra did in the beginning of Game Changers, where she used her notoriety as a shield to get herself further in the game. And I can see that happening easily with Cirie. And I genuinely think that she is going to do well, or at least try to get that win. Will she be successful? We'll have to wait and see, but I think she's going to do the best that she can to really adapt and try to, get herself forward, and hopefully she can get the win like she on Traders.
Oh, is it my turn?
I was going to say, whoever wants to go next.
Whoever wants to go.
If you want to scroll down to her placements real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, so she's got in 4th place Exile Island, 3rd place Fans versus Favorites, 17th place Heroes versus Villains, and 6th place in Game Changers. And then she got, 3rd in Australian Survivor, I think? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe she lost fire in Australia, but they don't count that because it's not American.
They don't, but I would.
But I mean, the track record, the track record here presented here still speaks for itself, and I can tell you that 117th place there, that's only there because someone played an idol, and then they went out right after.
Mm-hmm.
So was it worth it? No, Tom, you should have. Tom really should have just went out with the idol in his pocket, if we're being frank. If we're being so for real, what was the point? No, and I mean, Game Changers itself is, I would say, is a solid reason to bring Cirie back for this season. She gets advantaged out by default just for not having one. And arguably her exit from Micronesia might be kind of bullshit too. If we want to get into that conspiracy theory. It's heavily rumored, if I recall correctly, it was supposed to be 3, but they made it a 2 because Cirie was going to win. And even at that, if Cirie's in the final 2, she fucking wins that season, and we don't get Parvati as a legend either. Well, we still do, but you know what I mean. I said the wrong thing. I didn't mean to.
You're not the only one who has on this podcast.
I'm sober, I promise.
I also am. I'm just stupid.
No, Parvy will always be a legend. Don't get me wrong, but I think if Cirie touches the finals there, she absolutely wins. And I think the case can be made for, I think, any season she's on, except for maybe Panama, maybe Game Changers. So just 2 of them.
Yeah.
But the case in point, one of the biggest highlights of her being on Big Brother on season 25 is the fact that you get to see her strategic mastermind in real time.
Mm-hmm.
You get to see her strategize. You get to see her play a game, a social strategy game in real time. You get to watch how one of the best who never won Survivor got to do it. And even there, Final 5. Despite being one of the most famous CBS alum anywhere, still made Final 5 on that season. And this was also fresh off of that Traders win, too.
Yeah, her track record is just absolutely insane all around. Like, even
literally,
seasons, it's like
Cirie is by far one of the best to ever do it.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that, like I said, I think that's why she's here, because it's like, this is the time. Jenn, if you're still with us.
No, you guys pretty much nailed it. I mean, she really is one of the best to ever do it. Probably considered the best to never win. And I'm really, as many times as she's been on our screen, even in the last couple of years, I'm not tired of seeing her. And I'm just not
as much as we've seen her on TV, it's not enough.
Exactly. Mother.
I thought you were gonna say it's not a feature, it's not a bug, it's a feature, and I was gonna agree with that because it's like, it's like the more Cirie, the better, honestly.
Exactly.
It's just not working.
Yeah. Oh yeah, whatever you're doing is not working. But all right, so that's Cirie. We move on to, I believe, the person that was on her first appearance with her.
No.
Oh no, that's not true. I don't know what I'm talking about.
She was on the season after.
Okay, that's what it was. I knew they were like close together, but anyway, it's Ozzy.
You'll adapt. It takes a while.
Yeah, honestly. So he was on. He got second place in Cook Islands, not Panama. Completely different season. But he was on Micronesia, so I got that right at least. 9th place. Then he was on South Pacific, where he got 4th place, and then Game Changers, where he got 12th place. All I know about Ozzy is that he's like a comp beast, and a lot of people don't like him because he's just a comp beast, and it's kind of like Colby and things like that. But that's all I have to add. You guys go ahead.
I think that's also, like, to circle back to Colby, also why Ozzy didn't win his season. Over where Yul had the social relationships. Yul had, in today's day, it's a super idol. But the original idol, how it worked was it was played after votes were read. Yul had that and had such strong social capita that it never got used.
Yeah, it was wild to see his journey to win. I was glad he won. Ozzy, I like Kevin, like you said, I think, he kind of fits that same coda as Colby. So having them both back for me is kind of strange because I feel like Ozzy has done pretty much all he can do in this game other than maybe win. But I don't know if he's like that adapted to the game that he has the propensity to win, because like the biggest thing about him is his comp threat level and how he, thrives in competitions and provides for the tribe, and that's kind of what he brings to the table. And I'm kind of more mediocre about him being back. I'm actually more excited to see Colby than I am about Ozzy, because Ozzy, I think we've seen enough times to know it just ain't gonna happen.
This is also why Ozzy didn't win South Pacific. It was voted out on that season 3 times.
No, literally.
South Pacific had the Redemption Island twist. They thought it was a good idea the first time, so why not do another one? And for the first Redemption Island, it was Rob and Russell, where Rob obviously ended up winning. So it's like, fuck it, let's do it again. So they brought back Ozzy and the person we'll be talking about next.
Yes.
And Ozzy is sent out very early. I forget where because it's not on the Wikipedia table because he got fourth. But he's sent out early, wins redemption, comes back in. Sent out somewhere else in the second half of the game. Returns again through Redemption Island. And then, and I want to say it was right after he came back in. He was just voted right back out. But either way, Ozzy gets fourth because despite what I just said of like, this is why he didn't win, he would have if he got to the end. And Game Changers, I remember nothing about him. But he is a prominent force in the early merge phase of like Micronesia and stuff. Him and another cast member end up in a relationship, and that relationship is kind of why I'm not an Ozzy fan. Because as we all know, he cheated on Amanda.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I don't know if that's true or not. But
Down with cheaters.
Again, heavily rumored. And I don't know. I believe it enough. I feel like he's... I don't know. No, but I mean, they had a very public like relationship and shit back in the heyday, and I would have much rather have had Amanda come back, and unfortunately,
she was supposed to. I thought,
dropped.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She dropped out.
She was supposed to drop because of the dates not working for her schedule.
Yeah.
And to that, I say why you should have postponed the season. Maybe make this 51.
No.
You didn't do anything all that special for 30.
Right.
Jenn go.
Oh, she muted. I think she's coming back. But we'll see.
Should we keep filibustering about Ozzy until she comes back? Or?
We'll continue. We'll go through our next person, but like once Jenn comes back, she can give her thoughts on the next two people, especially since it sounds like they're kind of the same type of player. So, but yeah, I think we've said all we need to about Ozzy. Wait, what?
I said no kidding.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on here to someone I have literally nothing to say about. We got Coach here.
As I said, the other returnee from South Pacific.
Right. So this is what I'll say about Coach. The only thing I know about this guy is that he is someone who gets on Twitter and says a bunch of bullshit, and usually like
you're gonna laugh. I'm laughing at this because that's exactly how Coach was on all of his seasons.
Right.
So
and
literally,
what you get on Twitter is what you get out of this guy on television, and it's fantastic.
Okay, yeah, and that's really all I know.
This man is batshit in the best way, and it's so good.
Yeah, no, he is great TV, and that is exactly why he was cast on this on 50. Game-wise, I don't think he's gonna do very well. If he does, I will be very surprised. But I think his his coachisms are just so good and so fun that I am looking forward to seeing him play regardless of how he does in the game, because I just know it's going to be entertaining as hell.
Unfortunately, this man is a former Trump supporter, but he has also openly said Trump fucking sucks.
Okay, so there's that at least. There's that.
But this is after like this is he was talking about like this current term, and on respectfully, he's more than right there. Okay. Anyway, we're talking about Survivor, not the president. So
yes,
fuck him. I'm looking forward to Coach. Coach is about to tour with Ben from 46, and I really want to go because the factor of like I love Ben and I do like Coach a lot. I don't think he's like a terrible person or anything. I think he's just unhinged in the best way. and we talk game wise and everything. I'm like, this guy was, in my opinion, should have won South Pacific. Just because he was in the forefront, he was the villain, and that jury management is what cost him in the end. But I still think, like, just game wise, it should have been him over Sophie. I'm not against Sophie as a winner. I just think having this guy in the hall of winners would have been great.
Yeah, no, he definitely ran South Pacific for sure. I think Sophie just, in the end, was slightly more likable, and I think that's why she won over Coach. And people kind of were grossed out about. He kind of had like this almost cult-like Christian mentality that he used.
Very heavily God complex, yeah.
Yeah, and that was kind of what cost him the game. Because a lot of people did not respect the way that he went about.
Oh, the jury management was terrible.
I've also heard that. That's the other thing.
So that would be what I would say of why he did not win and why I can understand why people were kind of icked out about.
Can you scroll down to the placements again for Coach, because I do want to touch on.
So I should start saying this at the beginning, but so he got 5th place in Tocantins, he got 12th place in Heroes versus Villains, and 2nd place in South Pacific.
I'm honestly surprised it took this long to get to a mispronunciation of a season.
I was like, it's Tocantins.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, Tocantins is a phenomenal season.
It is another
Tocantins is phenomenal.
The only thing I know about Tocantins,
and I am in the very, 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 very unpopular opinion of, I think Steven should have won over JT.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you why, because I don't remember the season. I just really like Steven.
I think there was an argument for Steven to win, in my opinion, over JT. I think he could not get JT out, and JT was so well liked by the jury that like it really cost Steven for that reason. But I think Steven did play a phenomenal game.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know anything about Tocantins. What the fuck is it?
Tocantins.
In Brazil.
The only thing I know about Tocantins is that Marianne in 42 was saying it's like one of her least favorite seasons. That's the only thing.
That's
I know.
a hot take in itself.
That is a hot take.
Yeah, I remember that.
Tocantins is the birth of JT. Yeah. You got Steven. Yeah. Like I mentioned, you've got Taj, who was pretty good.
Oh, I love Taj. Coach. Coach is such a great character.
Coach on Exile.
Talking about right now, I don't know.
Tyson.
I want to circle back.
Tyson, yeah. Tyson. As someone misspelled on Heroes or not Heroes. It was Blood versus Water.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, Captain Tyson is also a Survivor winner.
No, that I knew. I know who won. Like the thing is, like I know who won most of their seasons. I just don't know how they win. So
did you know he beat a Big Brother winner?
He did?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, Hayden.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Hayden was on Blood versus Water.
Okay. Good for him.
We don't like Hayden anymore, though.
I that's why I said good for him. So.
One of the Big Brother contestants of all time.
Yeah, certainly a Big Brother contestant. But yeah, no, I think that's pretty much all we need to say about Coach. Assume nothing but the most from him, because it seems like he is very much the guy that's just going to say a bunch of crazy shit, and it's going to be absolutely glorious to watch. So can't wait to see what he does.
I can't wait. He's been saying crazy shit right along.
Yeah.
I hope he and Q have a lot of interactions, because that will be.
It seems very similar to like a Q.
Oh my god.
Someone I definitely do. I do have stuff to say about, which we'll get to. But we're going to continue with the people I don't have anything to say about. Let's talk about Aubry Bracco, who honestly is probably one of the people I have the least amount to say about. I don't know anything about this woman other than the fact that she was on Co-Run. She got 2nd place. Game Changers, she got 5th place, and Edge of Extinction, she got 16th place. I just know that people like Aubry and see her as somebody that is like a potential like front runner to win. Other than that, I don't know shit about her. So you guys go ahead.
Okay. Aubry was like one of the biggest things, since you have not seen Co-Wrong, was there was a big argument but in the fandom of whether Michelle or if Michelle and Aubry, who are the two that were in the final, which one should have won. I was always in Michelle's camp. I'm sorry, Aubry, you're a great player, but Michelle really killed it towards the end.
Yeah, okay. So she's the one that will. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, there was a third person there.
There was a person there, but like Ty is irrelevant.
You're not wrong.
I love Ty, but he's irrelevant in this.
You annoyed me.
But,
I couldn't tell you why though.
But yeah, she was seen as kind of the strategic mind in Korong, and a lot of people, especially new era players, fear her because of more of her performance in Korong. Her last two appearances haven't been anything special, and actually, especially in Edge of Extinction, like she really played terribly and like was a little too trusting of the newbies who were all plotting to her downfall because they're like, yeah, no, we're not going forward with Aubry, but like we're telling her what she wanted to hear. I'm not really sure how she's going to do on this season. I think that threat level that she has is still very much alive, even though like, you know, her prime is kind of behind her. She's still brought up in conversations as like one of the strongest strategic players. So it'll be interesting to see how she does. I don't think she's long for this game. I hope she can pull off what she pulled off in Korong and really play a fantastic game, but I do not foresee that happening.
Yeah, I think, Mike, did you say what you need to about Aubry?
I think, honestly, I will always be in the corner of a New Englander, personally. Okay. I love when our little Northeast represents. We've got a few phenomenal players in our circle up here. You've got like the first winner, Richard. You've got Rob. You've got Ethan. A lot of the early winners are from up here. So either way, back to Aubry. I will always root for a New Englander. I was in her corner for Kalrong, but there is such a strong case for Michelle, and game respects game. Michelle did make it to the end again, didn't win, but I'm hoping to see Aubry do that as well. Get to the end again, possibly win. You never know. I honestly forgot she was on Game Changers and Edge of Extinction because I am not the biggest fan of either of those, and that's coming from a Team Wentworth t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Game Changers, she was very much invisible.
Yeah.
I'm
agreeing with you as if I've seen it, but
the memory I have of Game Changers is really not good.
Yeah, no, it isn't good. She was very invisible though in Game Changers, and then Edge of Extinction, she played a terrible game.
Yeah. Well, hopefully she plays a better game this time around, but we will see how Aubry does. So I think we've said all we need to about Aubry. We're going to move on to next person. Oh, actually, no. So I said Aubry's person I know least about. This is really the person I know least about.
And that's unfortunate. That one right there is a you problem.
That is the you problem.
It is. I will 100% own that. Chrisy Hofbeck, second place, Heroes versus Yeah, where is it? Where's the sound?
HHH.
There we go. Where is
Heroes versus Healers versus Villains?
It's okay. I know. It's fine. All right, anyway. She played Heroes versus Healers versus Hustlers. She has not played since then, so it's very exciting to see her back. She
lost to one of the worst Survivor winners. I'll tell you that.
I agree completely. She was so badly screwed because they had just decided that fire making was going to be the way to determine Final Four. Who's going to be in the finale, and she was a part of a very strong alliance of 3, and they were planning to vote out the eventual winner of Heroes versus Healers versus Hustlers. And unfortunately, because they decided, oh, hey, this is the new twist of what's going to happen in the end game, it kind of screwed their alliance over, and it sucked. And Ben winning Firemaking really signed Chrissy's death warrant to not win the game, which is really unfortunate because she played such a amazing game. Yeah, I'm so happy she's back though. I really enjoyed her as a player. I cannot wait to see what she does this time around, and I hope the twists do not screw her this time because that would suck.
Oh, so you don't want her to get hit with the Billie Eilish Boomerang Idol?
No.
Which, speaking of Boomerang Idol, shout out to CTC. They kind of did it first. Not really. No, but if you guys are into orgs like we are, CTC is looking for apps right now. They're looking for new players. If you haven't played yet, if you want to get into orgs, we play the game of Survivor on the internet from the comfort of our own homes.
I've never done that before.
Some of us have physical health issues that they cannot play the real thing. But our friends over at CTC, they're looking for new players right now. 19th season. One of the best online Survivor experiences you could ever ask for, especially if it's going to be your first, if you're watching this.
Yes, fantastic game. Definitely recommend. But 50 should also be.
That's where the first time I heard the Boomerang Idol from. That's the first place I heard the term Boomerang Idol.
Yeah. Yeah, no, same.
However, to get back to Chrisy, I'm looking forward to her. At the time, I was in Ben's corner and I can explain. The sole factor of Ben was just the factor of I liked that they wanted to get him out so badly and just never could. And I thought that was Ben's big case of this is why Ben won. But I also have changed my views and changed my opinions on that. And yeah, no, it should have been Chrisy. But it's tough when you're sitting next to sitting next to your target.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's the thing, why I think Kayla did not deserve to win Big Brother Canada 6 is her big thing was she wanted to work with Derek and then take him out at the end and then never got to. And that's really what Paris had over Kayla there was she wanted to do that, but I did it. Kind of thing. Type shit. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, but either way. No, I'm glad Chrisy is back though.
Yeah. Especially because it's been so long.
We really needed a Chrisy wake up this season.
Chrisy wake up. No,
yeah, no, like I said,
I do like this.
But yeah, no, I'm very excited to see her. The good thing is that when I announce how I'm going to be doing what I'm doing, when I get to Chrissy's season, I only have to watch one season. So there's that at least. But yeah, very excited to see her.
Well, how exciting! Less Survivor to watch.
I know, quite a commitment. But yeah, so I think that's all we have to say about Chrisy. Let's move on to someone that I've heard quite a bit about, but again, don't have much to say about other than I've seen this guy on RHAP a couple times. Christian.
This is my favorite castaway from his season.
Christian Hubicki. He's only played.
Oh, wait, I lied. His second favorite.
Yeah, he's got 7.
I forgot who else was on the season for a minute.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, don't know much about it, but don't know much to say. I do know about his appearances on podcasts and things like that. I don't know a ton about how he plays other than he is someone that goes on long monologues about stuff and things like that. And that's kind of it. So go ahead.
In the middle of the dance challenges, yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes, that was so funny, that challenge. I am thrilled Christian is back. I was a huge fan of his. He was probably the person I wanted to see win. Unfortunately, he did not. But I really hope that he can get far in this game. But he is kind of a big threat, especially just how brilliant he is in the game, and that worries me that he's going to be taken out early. And I don't want to see that, but. I think it may happen.
enjoy his dynamic with Gabby in his first season.
Yes.
He's also, I think, the one to find the Billie Eilish boomerang idols. So he's got that going for him.
So far behind there.
Anyone gonna go?
No, my shit was delayed. Not my shit.
Oh.
I'm a little bit delayed, so my bad.
Oh,
no, I'm looking forward to Christian being back. He was it wasn't touched upon at all on his season, and that's his call to. I feel like it's his call to make, but I believe he was one of the first. I don't even know if I want to touch base on it. I don't know. Like I when I first watched, I thought he was like autistic with the way he like talked and the way he spoke in confessionals. Right. It reminded me a lot of like someone who was like really passionate about what they were doing, and someone like myself. And that's where I'm trying to touch base on. It was like it reminded me a lot of myself as someone who is also neurodivergent. But it's never been confirmed, never been touched upon, so we'll leave it at that. That is Christian's place to call to make there. But no, I thought he was inspirational as like I said, neurodivergent and a nerd. And I also thought it was iconic the way it just he yapped everyone else off of an endurance challenge to win it. Just went on yapping about, what was it, science? Just science in general.
I don't even remember what it was, but it was so funny.
They used the clip of it as the teaser for his return.
I love that.
I did want to clarify. I just looked it up. He is not on the autism spectrum and has vehemently.
I didn't think so. I don't think it was like really touched upon. At the time. This is another like at the time kind of thing. Of like, I felt the same way about Ian watching BB14 live. If that to put that in his perspective. One of those things where it's like I thought you think you can tell, but even though it's not true, even though
you don't actually know, yeah.
But for the longest time, for the longest time, we thought my mom and I thought Ian was, and then we didn't know it was confirmed until 2020 with Big Brother All-Stars. Mm-hmm. And this is like a live feed conversation that Ian touched upon it with. I'm really just circling back to save myself here.
Yes. But yeah.
Okay, so Christian has touch base on it. So I stand corrected.
All right. Anything else we want to say about Christian?
Just that I hope he does well, and I love him.
Yeah, and like I said, he is the one to get that Billie Eilish boomerang idol. So
let's go, boomerang!
Wait, what?
Goes. In the trailer, he's the one who mentions it. So like, I assume he's the one to get it.
Maybe they just maybe Probst just announces it. I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, I don't know. And in the trailer, he's like, I opened the scroll and it's a Billie Eilish boomerang idol. So,
okay, so
I don't know.
He gets it. Okay, all right, that's enough proof for me.
Right. So we'll see.
That's enough for me to be like, I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So that's Christian. We move on to, I think oh no, there's two more people that I don't have anything to say about, and then we'll get to people.
This is like the only good person I know named Christian.
Yeah, honestly. However, we do move on to our next person here. This is Angelina Keeley. I think I pronounced that right. Yeah, she also played Dave.
Natalie, have your jacket. Oh my god, I can't. I'm excited now.
You know, I sacrificed so much to get right.
As and I have been quoting that to each other for years.
We have been.
Ever since it happened, actually.
You know, I sacrificed so much to get rice for the tribe. Thank you very much. Angelina also similar to what I said about Coach. I think she's gonna be incredible TV. How far she goes, who knows? I just think,
or whatever Moana said.
I think she's gonna just bring so much hilarity just by being her authentic self, and I am looking forward to seeing the good TV she brings, no matter how far she goes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't say the only thing I know about Angelina is that she's just an absolute fucking chaotic mess, and
She is.
I'm really excited to see her because she's such a chaotic mess. So other than that, I don't have much else to say. Mike, if you're here, even though you're disappearing,
I am here. I have a background up because it's from when I went to the Rhode Island Idol event.
Yes,
but it's just consuming me in every movement I make.
I was gonna say I don't think this is working out for you.
We're here to celebrate Survivor 50 seasons, 25 years. It stays.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Like as previously mentioned, she is chaotic. She's great. Two of us here have been courting her for years. And very high request of just somebody we've wanted back since the season wrapped. Third place should have got very much robbed. Not as robbed as the next person, but I would take anybody on that cast over who eventually won. They could have voted for a tree in the fucking background, and I would have still supported it more than that. Well, I would vote for the bugs over the winner. I
just saw who won.
I would vote for the podium over the winner.
I understand.
Back. You get my vote too.
Yeah.
Anything other than what we got for a winner there.
No, honestly. They should have just voted for the coconuts, honestly. That would have been.
I would have gladly voted for a coconut.
No.
I'm allergic to coconuts, even I'd vote for the coconut.
The coconut can't be a Republican legislator in Kentucky. Gladly.
Exactly.
Tried to make it legal to marry your cousin, by the way.
Yes, he did.
That's your Survivor. That's your David versus Goliath winner.
However, let's go to an alternate timeline where this person could have been the winner and talk about Emmy Award winner Mike White.
Could have and should have.
So
this is my favorite runner-up that's not Parvati.
Yeah, so all I'll say about Mike White is that obviously, I've watched White Lotus. I've watched movies that he's been in and things like that. Great guy all around. Generally, seems like a really great guy. Really excited to see him on this cast. Do I think he's going to do well? I don't know. I think people have made the joke that, he will do well because people will try to see if he can get them a role in White Lotus.
White Lotus.
So they're trying to, keep him around for that reason. But other than that, I feel like he's got a pretty big target on his back coming into this. So I really don't know how he's going to do. I hope he does well, but I do think he's probably one of the biggest targets heading into this cast.
I feel the exact same way. I definitely think, his reputation precedes him in the game. Yeah. And, he was so great in David versus Goliath and played such a strong game. He knew when to pull back and he knew when to take the forefront and make plans. And I hope he does this again in 50. I hope, his threat level doesn't get him out. I would love to see him make another deep run. But we'll see what happens.
Mike, go ahead, even though you've already kind of expressed it.
Take it through. Hello?
Hello, this is Ned.
I'm delayed very badly, and then I can tell by reactions.
Oh, I was going to try to join him with you, but yeah.
Hello, this is Ned Schneebly. I can't stress enough, this is one of my favorite people of all time.
Yeah.
It has been that way since I was at least 10 or 11. Mm-hmm. This man, correct me if he did or did not direct it, but he wrote and starred in one of the best movies of all time, in School of Rock.
He did not direct
back
it. Richard
in
Linklater
2003.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Thank you.
Yeah. But
and knowing that this guy has been in the camps of CBS for a long time, when it was eventually revealed he was cast for Survivor, I said, hell yeah. I can't wait. I love Ned Schneebly. And here we are, season 50. He's fucking back. And I'm thrilled. This guy absolutely should have won over what did I just say? The coconuts, the flies, Jeff Probst himself, the podium, everything else I just said. Especially the winner we got out of the shithead season.
Exactly.
And if that doesn't tell you enough of how excited I am that Mike White is back for Survivor, I don't know what does. Second place.
Yeah. I think we've said all we need to about Mike White. Very excited to see him back here.
Not too much.
Yeah, honestly. Not enough. Some might say not enough. I don't know. Yeah, so we move on to, I think, the last person here that I don't have anything to say about, and that is, oh God, I'm seeing who the person is next, but next up we got Rick Devens. So he was 4th place on Edge of Extinction, and all I know about Devens is that this is someone who's coming into the game that I feel like is in a similar spot to Cirie. People are saying, like, this is finally his time. This is where he's going to finally win. He's finally going to, prove how great of a player. Like, he already has obviously done well on his previous season. Like, he's going to do even better here. Other than that, I don't have much to say about him other than I think he was on like a sequester mini once, and that's kind of it. So yeah.
Sequester?
Okay, I can with Devens, he was very charismatic on the screen. He was a phenomenal player. A lot of his success had to do with he was great at finding idols and advantages, and he was kind of the biggest threat in the end game to win. And what happened was the eventual winner of the season took him on in fire making himself, and that's how Devens lost. I think I can see him doing very well because he just has he can gain people's trust, and he's good at finding advantages and idols and things like that. So I can see him making a deep run in this season. I hope he does very well because I really did enjoy him on Edge of Extinction. I know some people did not, but I thought he was a fairly entertaining player. So I'm hopeful for his run that he'll go decently far.
Mike, how about you? Are you a Devens fan?
I actually like Devens a lot on Edge of Extinction. There was at least one person I liked a lot more on Edge of Extinction.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But I thought Devens played great. Chris Underwood played great.
Yes.
That was who ended up winning Devens himself.
I wish they brought Chris Underwood back because I would love to see him play again.
I do and don't because of the fact that Chris only played for 12 days versus his other finalists 39.
I know, but that's the reason
I not play the full season of Survivor.
That's why I want to see him back.
I kind of agree with you, Jazzie. I think it would have been cool to see him back because he's only had he hasn't even gotten the whole thing. And
I don't remember if he was on Winners at War. That's how bad
he was not. Winners at War was filmed right before his Edge of Extinction aired,
which would explain why Tommy's also not there.
Yes,
which is interesting because I don't think that's true because they had the heads of Rob and Sandra still set up for Winners at War, I've heard.
Yeah, because what was it called? Island of the Idols had just finished filming, but Edge of Extinction had not aired on TV. It had filmed, but it hadn't aired.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, because they filmed it May 22nd, 2019 to June 29th, 2019. So.
Oh, yeah, and Winners of War, the cast got leaked almost right away.
Right.
That is exactly when I found out Parvati was coming back, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, my Jesus.
So, yeah, Rick Devens, I think we've said all we need to about him, and that's it for people that I don't have anything to say about. So now let's go to people
like Kevin's people you may know section.
Right. Let's get to, unfortunately, we have to start with the person
Next.
I really don't want to say much about here. Fucking Jonathan Young is back here, and I really don't know why, to be honest with you. Yes, he played in Survivor 42. He got 4th place, but
because Jeff Probst liked him.
Well, yes, obviously there's that.
He was the host favorite of the season.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's really the only reason I think he's back, because, like, really looking back on his game, I really don't think he played all that well. I mean, he was someone who needed to win the challenges when he did. If he didn't win any of those challenges, he probably would have gone home. There were multiple times he was this big target. He had, I think, horrendous jury management. He said some really terrible, like, microaggressive shit that, like, really turned me off throughout the season. And just in general, I don't find him to be a very likable personality. The thing about Jonathan that pisses me off is that, like, despite the fact that I just don't really like the guy all that much, it's also the fact that, like, there were so many people you could have chosen from 41 and 43. I mean, you could have gotten Shan, you could have gotten, I think a lot of people talked about Jesse from 43. That would have been a good one. You could have gotten, you could have gotten Ricard from 41. You could have gotten Marianne from 42. Like, even 42.
We were supposed to.
Right, like 42 alone, there's so many people that I would have loved to see over Jonathan, and Omar would have been.
We were supposed to get Marianne from 42, but this isn't who they dropped over for the other person coming up.
No, I know that they were supposed to have her, but that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't really understand why Jonathan, other than the fact that he has the whole Mr. Jeff thing and things like that.
Love Mr. Jeff. Oh, I do not like him one bit. Again, no. I think he fills a similar stereotype of the game to Ozzy and Colby, and I'm just like,
the other thing I was gonna
why are we bringing back so many similar men? I'm sorry, there are
that's the archetype Jeff really.
Okay, I understand
and that. You can't even call it the straight white men archetype because 1, Ozzy isn't straight, and 2, Ozzy isn't white.
Yeah, I just am saying, like, I think the suggestions Kevin made would have been way better male representatives to bring back over Jonathan. I genuinely, like, Ricard, Jesse, Omar, there's so many people they could have brought back that would have been a much more interesting archetype and a story, and would have been a lot more diverse to the cast and would have brought something completely different.
I would have even been fine with, like, Mike from 42. Like, if they brought back Mike, I would have been fine with that. Like, I enjoyed him a hell of a lot more than I did Jonathan. So I would have honestly.
Yes.
Yeah. So even if we're talking about guys from 42, Jonathan is not anywhere on that list of, like, people I would say, like, oh, he should come back for another season.
I think my winner pick from that season was High, if I remember correctly.
I would have been great too.
I loved Ty. Would have loved to seen him back. There was, like I said, there's so many people that I think should have had this spot over him. And I just, like I said, and the other thing that really bothers me is he's similar to 2 other men that they brought back. And it's just kind of like, why?
Yeah. That's the other thing that I was going to get into is what does that mean for him on the season? I don't see him doing well. I don't see this being someone that ends up going far, because I think out of the Ozzies, the Colbys, the Jonathans, this is the guy you get rid of first. Like, how well he did on 42. He's already proven that he's very good at new Survivor challenges, whereas, like, Colby and Ozzy, yes, they have, but it's, Survivor's in, like, a different phase now. I think Jonathan's going to be the one that ends up getting the brunt of that. So I hope that's the case. I don't enjoy watching him, but also, like, just in general, if we're talking about just, like, how he's going to do realistically, I just don't see him doing all that well. So just a very strange choice. I don't understand why he's here. I wish he wasn't here, but that's really all I got to say. Mike, go ahead, even though I think you've already
I got a lot to say here. I've been cutting in, trying to get my words in, but I got a lot to say. And that is, I cannot, will not on a boat. I cannot, will not with a goat. I will not. Oh, well, this doesn't work. Not in the dark, not in a tree, not in a car. You let me be. I do not like him in a box. I do not like him with a fox. I do not like him in a house. I do not like him with a mouse. I do not like him here or there. I do not like him anywhere. I do not like Jonathan. I do not like them, Kevin, I am.
Apparently, Mike Jones thinks we're talking about him. But,
no, we love you, Mike Jones.
We like Mike Jones here. Would have been a lot better than Jonathan or that winner I yacked about.
We love Mike. No, we love Mike Jones. We do love
Mike Jones. Love
the GOAT.
We just don't like Jonathan.
Jonathan, I absolutely see him. I heard the commenter said about they'll keep him pre-merge for the team challenges. Absolutely. That is definitely what I see. I see him being a very early merge boot, unfortunately.
But I also do see if his tribe loses.
All these straight white men we're mentioning, and we keep forgetting Joe Anglem of all people. That's the worst one of them all. That's the worst one.
Yeah.
I hate to say that godforsaken name on a live stream, but
God.
The worst of the worst when it comes to that might be the only way Nick Wilson gets a jury vote for me if he's next to Joe.
Yeah.
But I would also just vote for the third person and then leave.
Yeah. But yeah, Jonathan, I mean, I think I've said all I needed to. I don't feel like he fits on this cast. Maybe he'll do well pre-merge, but other than that, I don't think and it's kind of similar, like what you said with Ozzy and Colby, Jazzie, where it's what else do we need to see from Jonathan? I don't feel like there's much of anything else he's going to bring to the table that is that interesting to watch. I think it's going to be a lot of just him saying Mr. Jeff over and over again and winning challenges and, acting like he's fucking Jason Momoa or something. And that's it. So
basically the reason why Jack was cast on Big Brother 21.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh
no. Not a fan. However, we move on to someone
Where was Jonathan on January 6th?
Really important to know. But all right,
and
so
you know what? We're fucking flipping.
Yes, Emily Flippen, Survivor 45, 7th place.
The best comeback story of the new era.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Emily has one of the most interesting stories I've honestly ever seen on any reality show. I mean, she started off, and I couldn't stand her the first couple episodes. I thought that she was gonna be someone that was really grating. I didn't enjoy the way that she was publicly calling out Bruce and things like that. And then she gets into this really unexpected duo with Caleb and just completely turns her game around from there. And I ended up just really loving her the entire way through and really became someone that I would have loved to see her win. When it comes to this cast, I don't know how she is going to do, because I think the thing with Emily that we noticed from 45 is that she needs a little bit to fully get into the game. She's a little rusty at first. She is not somebody who makes the greatest first impression at times. And I do think she's learned from that, obviously, from 45. I think my concern with her is that she's going to come in a little too hot, and she's going to come in as someone who is this really big personality. She's very blunt about what she's going to say, and it's either going to go really well for her or it's going to rub people the wrong way, and she's not going to do as well as we hope she's going to do. So I'm really excited to see her again. I just really worry for her in those first couple weeks. If she's able to get past that, I can see her doing really well. But those first couple rounds, I'm just really nervous for Emily. So again, really hyped to see her. I'm just very unsure how she's really going to do. But what do you guys think?
Like you said, I think she came very abrasive at first.
Yeah, exactly. That's the word I'd use.
First came into the game. But she found her footing, and I think she learned from her experience in 45. I feel like she is going to. I think I can see her doing. I think she has a very strategic mind. And with it being more of an all-star season, I think she's going to figure out which way she should go and who she should target and try to find those people and connections to. I think she has a hard time making connections with people, but when she does make a connection, I think it's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is one of the best returnees you could get for New Era.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Hands down.
Like, she started off in a rough spot. She was on Lulu. Started off calling out Bruce for no reason. But, well, there was a reason. That he was the first and only returner from
right, yeah. It was, yeah.
The New Era anyway, at the time.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting to see now she's the returner. Now what?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I believe that's really what it boiled down to, was like that call. I was like, well, he played already. We didn't, kind of thing.
No, that's exactly what it was.
I think what was missed was the fact that Bruce barely got to play. It was pulled very early from
right. Yeah.
Ahead of getting injured.
Yeah.
But looking forward to this. She had a great comeback story, as aforementioned. Caleb would have been a great thing too, I think.
Oh my god, yes. Love Caleb. Would have loved to have seen him back.
Oh yeah. He was definitely like on my
that's fucking Flippen, and we're rooting for financial analyst Emily Flippen.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm very excited to see her back. I don't by any means see her calling someone out at like a mat chat and that being like a issue for her, like, you know, past like the first episode. I don't think she's going to do the same thing here. But again, I just worry how she's going to do those first couple weeks, but hopefully she can do well, but we shall see. So we move on to our next person from 45. I don't know why they don't have her photo from 50 here. But it's D, the winner of 45. And look, I mean, what is there to say about D?
I prefer this over the photos they've been using for 50. I want to be fully honest.
Oh, I agree. I don't know what the fuck has been going on with those. The contrast is like really weird. I agree. I've not been a big fan of the photos either, but the inconsistency bothers me. Anyway, D, I mean, what is there to say? I think she is out of the New Era winners, like, I think hands down the best of them all. The way that she was able to get her way every single week within the merge especially was just so impressive to watch. She really just had such a stranglehold on the game pretty much from like when I would say like Kelly goes all the way to the end. Yes, she was in a bit of hot water towards the end, and some people like to use that against her, but she knew what she needed to do to get herself out of that situation. And I think that she handled that as well as she could. Now, going into this cast, unfortunately, she's one of the only winners that's here, and that's immediately, I think, going to put a big target on her back. I think, you know, the fact that she's one of the only winners, that's always going to be something to be a little bit concerned about. But the thing about D is that I do think she is someone that can be very adaptable. She just needs to recognize, like, what this cast really is. I don't see her being able to maneuver in this game like she did in 45, because these people, they're going to know how she plays. They're going to know what she did. And like I said, she's coming in as, I think, the best winner of the New Era, and that's great that she is, but she's also the best winner of the New Era, and a lot of people are going to see her as a really big target as a result of that. So yeah, I'm really hoping she does well. I'm very nervous for her, but obviously very excited to see her back. I think, you know, out of the new winners, I mean, she's just one of the, like, lights out, like, you have to get her back people that, you know, to put on this cast. So don't know how she's going to do. I hope she does well, but we shall see.
Yeah, I think she is a really strong winner and one of the best. I would have to like have them all in front of me to like rank them, but I think she would be very adaptable. I think she has a great social personality that she may be able to adapt. The only thing I worry with her is that will her reputation precede her, and will people want to vote her out just because they know what G can bring to the table? And I think that's going to be her biggest struggle to overcome in the game. I think it's pretty. It's like only 5 seasons later, so I think it had been a lot more down the line.
That's the other thing, yeah.
It might have been she may have been able to do a lot better. I think just because she came back so soon, it may come back to bite her, and unfortunately, I don't know how far she's going to go. I love Dee. I think she would be fantastic, but I'm very nervous that there are going to be people like, no, we have to get her out because of how strong and how adaptable and how things are going for her.
Yeah.
That's my take.
Do that. Mike, what do you think?
About Dee?
Yeah.
I don't think she's the best winner of the new era, personally.
Really?
I think it's Rachel, but on the contrary, Rachel also isn't here.
Right.
But that doesn't mean Dee isn't like second favorite. But I don't know. I think her being a winner is going to be really like the big thing about like her threat level.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Like, I'm turning to Lauren here. If you know, you know. I mean, I'm just really indecisive right now about how I feel.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't. I'm trying to like put it nicely. Like, I don't think she goes all that far here.
No, I don't either.
I don't either.
So we'll see. I think if there were more winners on the cast, I think she would do better. But it's the fact that the only winners on the cast are the ones of the new era, and that puts her in a really tough spot. So
yes,
yeah, I don't know. We'll see how she does, but I definitely am fearful for her.
Yes.
Yeah, so we move on to our next person here who's not a winner, but I mean, you want to talk about people who I think are just like absolutely should be brought back. We got Q here from 46, and he, obviously got 6th place. And my God, what is there to say about Q? I mean, just one of the most insane casts of all time, 46. It felt like it was one of those seasons where like everyone was trying to outdo each other in terms of messiness and in terms of just terrible gameplay. And with Q, I mean, I feel like he was in like a decent spot in the first half of the merge. He had this really good alliance and things like that. The problem was that he turned on it immediately, and people clocked him for it, and he became this like sort of like decoy name where it's like, it's going to be Q, but then, Venus goes. It's going to be Q. Tiffany goes, who we might be talking about in a little bit. I don't know. But
there goes an idol. There goes another idol. There goes another idol.
Exactly.
There goes another idol.
It was just absolute madness. But through it all, I think Q proved to be one of the most entertaining of his kind. Is he a good player? I don't know. The jury's kind of out on that one. Just considering the way that he exactly.
Respectfully, no.
Basically.
But that's what makes you great.
Right. So
that's what I like about. That's kind of one of my favorite archetypes of Survivor is like the players who play so badly, but it's so good.
Oh, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the thing with Q is that we talked about coach, and I think Q is very much like the new era coach in that way, where it's like, is a guy who is going to do a bunch of crazy shit. I mean, literally gets people to play hide and seek just so he can, try to study them and figure out like how good they are at like, how good they are at like hiding things from people and things like that. The guy who like quits but then doesn't quit because I was actually joking, I didn't want to. Like, this is a guy who's gonna do some absolutely insane shit, and he's gonna mainly do it I think just for television purposes. But does that equate to him doing well in the season? Honestly, yeah, I think he could. And here's the thing, I think that Q is gonna be in this spot where there's going to be a lot of like heavy hitters on his tribe, and no one's going to be really looking at Q unless he does something to put himself in a worse spot. But the thing is, when Q was in the pre-merge of 46, he wasn't really doing all that crazy shit. He had people like Abanu. He had people like, he had the other people that I can't...
Sorry.
Yeah, he was actually in like a decent spot on that tribe. And so I do think that Q comes into this, and I really don't know how he's going to play, but something tells me he's gonna do well because there's going to be bigger threats out there, and as a result, Q's just gonna end up going far. Now, again, is that gonna be like his own doing? I don't know. I really don't know. I could see Q doing some crazy shit, but people are like, oh, that's just Q. It's fine. But then suddenly Q gets all the way to like, Final 8 or something like that. I don't see him getting farther than that, but I do see him doing pretty well on this cast. So we'll have to see. I'm very excited to see him back. I have no fucking idea what we're in for, but I'm very happy that we don't have to cancel Christmas and that Q is here to, just really, give us all
cancel Christmas and your doctor's appointments and all.
Oh, that was so
cancel
good.
All the holidays, Christmas, your birthday, your doctor's appointments. I can't wait.
That's the other thing is that, like, I feel like out of everybody, Q is one of those people who is just so excited to play again. Just from that one clip, like, I can tell this guy is just overjoyed to be here. I cannot wait to see what kind of entertainment he's going to provide because I think he's going to he's going to give us some legendary. He already has, but I think he's going to even surpass it in this season.
I'm hoping he really learned from his mistakes in his last season and can play more like he did in the pre-merge all the way through. If he can do that, I think he could be a real contender to win. Yeah. To be completely honest with you, I think he has the capability to go far and like kind of use his kind of silly, fun personality as like kind of a smokescreen that people won't see the strategicness behind what Q can do. So I'm very excited to see Q, and I'm very excited to hopefully that he'll go far.
Yeah, I do want to mention he's on a tribe with like Colby and Kyle and Rizzo, and then he's got Angelina, Aubry, Genevieve, and Stephenie. And so again, just looking at that tribe, I don't see Q as like the target. I see other people on there as like the big threats, and I think that's kind of what I'm saying with Q, where it's like I think he's just going to end up going far because there's going to be bigger fish to fry, and either he's going to recognize what he did wrong last time and play a more well-rounded game, or he's going to be Q, he's going to be chaotic, but nobody cares because that's just Q. So we'll have to see.
I hope Mike, he and Angelina are a fun duo together on that tribe.
Mike, what do you think?
I don't think Q goes far.
Okay.
I think it's like one of those things where it's like, I feel like it could very much possibly be just the dynamic of, we saw what happened last time. We're not doing that this time.
Mm-hmm.
And just cut him as soon as you can because he's that chaotic. I don't know if I just don't necessarily know if I see it in Q this time. And if I'm wrong, big mistake. I don't know. I don't see it.
Okay, we shall see.
I thought more like a Tony Vlachos, like who kind of did chaotic stuff, but also like
the reputation perceived him too much on
Game Changers, absolutely. But he came back for Winners at War and just killed it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I can see Q going in that sort of direction. And I think there is a possibility Q will do well. But
I feel like with Winners at War, sorry, I don't mean to talk over you.
Yeah.
I feel like with Winners at War, a lot of it was also these winners have known each other for so long and have been wanting to just went after each other rather than and it just gave Tony enough of wiggle room to just sneak right by with it.
Okay. That's fair. That was just, that's just my observation.
So I think we've said all we need to about Q. I don't know why this is out of order in terms of placement, but next up we do have Charlie, second place on 46. And here's my hot take about Charlie, is that a lot of people think that Charlie came into 46 and should have won. I don't agree. I always saw Kenzie as like the front runner. I think she had the better social game. I think she did a better job at, just managing the jury, the way that she was able to kind of, there were all these big targets, and she really was never, even if she was a consideration, she was never going to be like the majority. I think, to me, that's the more impressive game. I think Charlie is somebody who, he is this like mastermind type player, but I think what hurt him in 46, honestly, was Maria. It was the fact that they were such a strong duo. I think that Maria was this really great player, and it was kind of seen as like, he was kind of like her second in command. I think Charlie comes onto this cast and has a chance to really prove that he can be just as strong of a player without her. And I think that's really good for him. And I think, the fact that he is this like strategic mastermind and things like that, I can see him doing really well in this cast. Conversely, I think he could also end up being a big threat as a result of that. And he could be somebody that people see as like, we got to try to get Charlie out as soon as possible, because this is someone that a lot of people see as like one of the best to never win in the new era and things like that. And I look at his tribe. He's got Coach, he's got Jonathan, he's got Chrisy, D, Mike, and then 2 other people we haven't talked about yet. And I just don't know how he's really going to do on that tribe. I don't know who specifically he's going to connect with, aside from one person that seems pretty obvious. But again, it's Charlie. And I do think that Charlie is really good strategically, and he's good at like kind of like, finding ways to insulate himself. So by no means am I going to, sort of like underestimate how he's going to do. I just don't know how he's really going to fit onto this cast, because I think what he did in 46, it worked really well for him. I just wonder how much of that was like because he had Maria versus what he can do on his own. Can he prove that he's just as strong on his own? Or is the fact that Maria's not there, is that going to hurt him? Now, obviously, Maria being there, I don't think would be good for him now, because, well, if you paid any attention to the postseason of 46, it's pretty there's a lot of drama going on there, and it's pretty crazy. But I do think that the fact that he is by himself, I don't know if that's going to hurt or hinder him. We really will just have to see. He does also have like the most representatives from his season for like the new era, so we'll really have to see how it goes.
48's right there.
Oh yeah, that's true. What do you guys think?
I think the thing that worked so well for Charlie in his first appearance is he came off as very non-threatening and not somebody who was, that like was someone that needed to be taken out so soon. And besides his duo with Maria, I think my concern is that, the way he played the first time is not going to work this time. And can he adapt to a new game being kind of a threat based on his past game? Love Charlie, my Swiftie friend. But I'm concerned that his reputation, kind of similar to D, that his reputation will precede him and may end up getting him his touchstone sooner than later.
Yeah.
I think with reputation comes a lot of red, and like 1 or 2 or 1989 votes. If he's got an immunity idol, speak now, or
forever hold your peace.
I know his cast doesn't play idols, so we'll see. But like a lot of I overheard a lot of talk about like Survivor seasons in person when I went to the Idol, and Charlie is by far definitely a favorite.
Yeah,
and we love her to see it. I think with the folklore and the Evermore of it all, he could do really well. He could also get out pretty early. That's just the Tortured Poets. What department there?
Department.
Like, I gotta say, your life.
And that's the life of a showgirl, man.
Your life of a showgirl on this podcast.
That's the life of a showgirl for Charlie there.
Shrinking by the minute with the Taylor Swift references.
Yeah, I was really fearless with all those Taylor Swift references there with the my assessment here. Charlie was also one of my favorites in 46. A lot of what is not being mentioned about Charlie is like we focus on Maria, which fun fact they still haven't spoken.
Nope.
Since the
finale. And I don't blame Charlie. I had something similar happen to me in org, and I have been feeling a little miffed.
Oh, wait.
In the moment, I'm over it now. Don't get me wrong.
All right, enough of that. Go ahead.
I've been silenced. This isn't fair.
I had to.
I forgot you had that on speed dial.
I did.
No, but I mean, I had a similar experience happen in an org. It happened. I'm used. I play orgs. I'm over it. But I mean, it sucks.
Yeah.
And in that moment, those moments right after, and this is why I'm against live finales. Charlie is the reason why I don't like. Let me rephrase that. Charlie is the reason why I am for live finales. Because having the finale right after the jury vote reveal there, like you can tell, and Charlie is just hurt.
Yeah. And
you can see it in his face throughout the whole reunion that Charlie just lost. He all in all pretty much had it. Thought he had it, or at least. And just as a super fan to have that $1 million dream taken from you so like that, it sucks. Or in my case, just a win. And for that, I sympathize. But to get back to where I was getting at, like we talk about Charlie and Maria being a final two, but we don't talk about the final two that did get away with it, which was him and Ben being the Dumb and Dumber Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
They had one of my favorite moments on episode 2 where it was just I'm going back and forth of the Taylor Swift versus Metallica.
Oh, that was a great scene.
And I got very excited because they were at one of the 2 Metallica shows that I was at. But I didn't know where they were, so I never got to meet them. But it was still just a very exciting, brief little moment to almost be a part of, I guess. It's still a flex of like, yeah, I was at the same Metallica show as Ben and Charlie from 46. But I will stand firmly. Ben does not get enough of credit. I think it's just a lot to do with the edit. Like the edit didn't take Ben's game seriously. The jury didn't take Ben's game seriously. This clearly is Ben we're talking about on season 50. Obviously.
Oh, for sure.
But no, to circle back to Charlie, that is one of my favorite Survivor friendships to watch on social media postseason. And I'm looking forward to Charlie. And Charlie was one of my favorite new era players to watch. New player era? What?
New era players. Got it.
New era player. And as we saw in 46, Charlie is in it to win it.
He is very much in it to win it. And
great. Let's go, Stiga. I have the merge buff somewhere. I cannot find it.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
What?
Yeah, so I think we've said all we needed to about Charlie. Hope he does well, but we'll really just have to see. Let's get to the last recipient of 46, and that is Tiffany Ervin. She got 8th place in 46. And look, I'll say this right now. Out of the new era people, if I really had to say right now who definitively I feel like is going to go far, I think Tiffany honestly might be the one. And look, this is why I say this. I think that she's in a spot where, yeah, she played a really good game on 46, but I don't think Tiffany is one of the first people you think about when you think of 46. You think of, Charlie. You think of Q. You think of Venus, who I'm surprised isn't here.
I think it was the idol, the hidden immunity idols that all...
Yeah. You think of even the winner and things like that. You don't really think about Tiffany specifically, and I think that's why it's honestly really smart for her to be brought back here, because I do think she's someone who showed on the season that this is someone who absolutely has more to prove. I think she played very well on 46. Unfortunately, she was just kind of in a spot where she stuck with Q, and we know how that ended up working out. So she's back with Q on this season, and I think that's going to be very entertaining to watch. But I do think out of the two, Tiffany is someone who is going to understand what she did wrong quicker than a Q did. And I also think she's someone who's going to insulate herself much better than a lot of the new era people that we've talked about before. She is inherently a social player, but she's also somebody that I think is just very easy to get along with. She's someone who I think could be a real force to be reckoned with once she has like the right people in her corner. So I really see things.
Did you just say force to be reckoned with?
Force to be reckoned with, I said. Yeah, I think that she honestly has a lot going for her on this cast, and I think, like I said, out of the new era people, I think she honestly has the chance to do the best. So I'm very excited to see her again. I think she's gonna really prove. Like I said, I think she did well in 46, but I think she's really going to prove here why she was one of the best from her cast. And I think that, weeks from now, we'll be looking back at 50 and say, bring back Tiffany was an excellent decision. We really got to see a whole different side of her. We really got to see her play on a completely different cast and just really prove how she might be one of the best of the new era. We don't think that right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if 50 makes us think that. And I'm just
really do think that right now.
How she's going to do. So yeah, I think Tiffany, absolutely great choice, and I can't wait to see how she does.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were like, "Oh, this is the most surprising pick." I was like, the most surprising pick. I think she was a fantastic pick to bring back because she was strategic enough that she's got something to prove, but she wasn't so threatening that like people are gonna immediately be like, "Oh, Tiffany's got to go." I think, like you said, I think she's gonna be able to integrate herself really well. I'm really excited to see her play again and go far because one of the things I loved the most in 46 was her duo with Kenzie. I think the two of them were such an iconic duo, and I would love to and I'm excited to see how Tiffany does.
I echo that. I definitely don't think this is Tiffany is the most surprising returnee. I think it is a surprise just because she wasn't necessarily big in the spotlight of 46 like Charlie and Q were.
Yeah.
Right.
But she's still one of like a returnee from like the typical not tragic, like one like the archetype of like there's two tribes that do well and there's the one that does not so good.
Yeah.
Like who was
the disaster tribe. The disaster tribe is
yeah, my trash just spilled all over my floor. Yay.
Speaking of disasters.
It's a premonition.
Who was on that tribe?
Premonition. Tiffany was one of the least disastrous players from that tribe. But it's hard to not be when you've got Banu and Jelinski and the other person I don't remember. And speaking of tragic tribes, Brandon Donlin was robbed. I will stand firmly there.
Oh yeah.
Love Brandon.
I will always be a Brandon Donlin defender.
Oh yeah.
No, but anyway, that's not even the right season we're discussing here.
I was gonna say that's.
But I mean, Tiffany is one of the many people that went through this season, had an idol, didn't play it, went home with it. Lather, rinse, repeat. A lot of But I mean, if there's any one person I would like to see back from 46 that isn't back for 50, I would have said Venus.
Oh yeah, 100%. I was very surprised Venus was not back.
I feel like
I think she was on like the short list of people. They just ended up like bumping her for somebody else.
Either that or I consider like declining it.
That too, yeah, that's true. She did not like most of her cast, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, and she reminded us every week about it.
I think she
it was great though. Like I understand her frustrations.
Oh, for sure.
Like that, like yeah, she didn't enjoy her cast, but like the people she was playing with hated her just as much. And a lot of that was just during the season, and it's hard to.
Yeah.
I don't think any relationships were mended after 46, and it is what it is. I still would have loved to see Venus back. I felt bad for her. But this is about Tiffany, and I'm glad Tiffany's back. Out of the three we got back from 46, unfortunately, I do not remember her.
I kind of remember her the least, but that's because you've got Q with Charlie.
Right. I think that's the other reason why I think she's a fantastic pick to bring back, because it's like you don't really think of her as like one of the like heavy hitters of 46, but through talking about her, it's like, yeah, she played a really strong game. She just didn't get quite as far as I think she could have. I think there are many scenarios where Tiffany could have been the front runner for 46. It's just, unfortunately, it just didn't quite work out there. And that's why I think on this cast, like, I think she's really going to prove like just how strong of a player she really is. So really excited to see her back, and just can't wait to see how she really does. So yeah, I think those are all the 46 people. Move on to the only representative from 47. Kind of surprised.
This one deserved more.
Oh, for sure.
Also, we're back at Survivor 50 photos again. I don't think
we are back at Survivor 50 photos.
I don't think Tiffany had one like this either, where there's just a very badly photoshopped torch in the way.
Yeah, she does. She does have a photo that you'll see when we do the draft, but it's bad. I like probably one of the worst out of all of them. I can understand why they didn't use it. But again, consistency, big pet peeve here. So Genevieve Mushlick from 47. She is, of course,
Mother Vive.
Yes, and I think Genevieve has a really interesting story when it comes to 47, because I mean, I remember like the first few weeks, it's like, where the fuck is Genevieve? Like, I don't know who she is. I don't know what she's doing in this game. She's not really like, showing up. And then all of a sudden she has that one episode where she single-handedly is like the one to go for Keyshawn. And then she ends up being in like a really great position from there. And she's somebody that like everybody just starts to, see as like this, huge front runner, this incredible strategic player. People can compare her to Parvati and things like that. And so I do think that, by the end of 47, she by far proved why she should be brought back for this season. Like, there's no question about it whatsoever. I do think that there were quite a few people from 47 that also could have come back. But again, I think the Genevieve is a fine choice. How is she going to do on this cast? Again, I really don't know. I think she's another one where it's like, I think that because she is seen as like, unlike Tiffany, she is seen as one of the main like heavy hitters from 47. I don't think that fares well for her. I do think she is in a spot where, she's by no means like, she did okay in challenges, but I wouldn't by any means call her like a comp beast and things like that. In fact, she was quite struggling with challenges, I believe, from what I remember in like the first couple episodes of 47. Didn't really start to really like show her prowess until like the latter half. And so I think she's in a spot where she could do really well, but I just don't know if I really see it for her. I think when I look at other new era players, I just see them being a lot more adaptable. And I think the one thing we did see with Genevieve is that she has a very specific way of playing the game. She needs to find people that are, she was not in like a dominant alliance. She was not in the greatest position. She voted out people that were kind of suboptimal for her to vote out and things like that. And I think that she's going to run into a similar problem here where like she wants to be like the head of her tribe, but there's that Rachel that's in the way, and we don't know who that Rachel's going to be. But I think that same thing's going to happen for her, where it's like there's just somebody taking her spot, and she's not going to be able to make that deep run that she really wants to. So unfortunately, I just don't see it going well for Genevieve here. I think that she's in kind of not a shit spot like compared to some of the other people, but I don't think she's in an amazing spot. I do want to take a look at her tribe right now. I know we haven't talked too much about like the starting tribes, but I have it pulled up here. So she is on a tribe with she's got Colby, Kyle, Q, Rizzo, Angelina, Aubry, and Stephenie. And if you notice, it's a lot of like the really like physical, type people and things like that. And so I think that's good for Genevieve. The problem is that if that tribe goes to tribal, Genevieve's probably the one to go out of the people on that tribe. And that's what's unfortunate. There's a lot of, old school players there. There's people like an Ozzy and a Colby that you're not going to vote out early on because that those are people who are typically good at challenges, even though apparently Colby's not that good at challenges anymore. But the point is, like, I just don't see it going great for Genevieve here. So while I love to sit here and say, I think the Genevieve is going to do really well in this cast, The reality is I just don't think she's going to. So I'm very happy to see her back. Unfortunately, though, I just don't see this working out for her. What do you guys think?
I'm in the same boat as you. I think that she was a great casting choice to bring back because she played such a great game on her season. But I do believe that based on her tribe, I think the other people on tribe have connections and ways that they know each other and different things like that, where Genevieve doesn't really have that. And I think she is the low man on the totem pole if her tribe loses. And I fear for her for that reason.
Mike, who is on his phone.
I have to agree. I think she was one of the best players from her season.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it works out for her here. And I don't know what to expect going forward, but I'm thrilled that if they were to choose one person from 47, that it is Genevieve, because I agree. But I mean, if there's winners, why not Rachel?
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Exactly.
I think he's the best winner in the new era.
Mm-hmm. She's up there.
She's up
Saul
there.
would have been great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I would have loved to have seen Saul back. He's definitely someone I would have loved to have
I was
seen.
honestly surprised.
I think he's a little busy being a dad right now, but I mean, understood.
I feel like Saul was probably someone like they probably like had in mind, but it just wasn't like good timing for him. So I could see that being a possibility why he wasn't considered. I would have loved to see Sam too. Sam is the
one I was going to bring up too as well.
I like Sam because his full name almost sounds like Van Halen. That's legitimately all I have and all I've been wanting to get out there is his name sounds like Van Halen.
Mm-hmm.
And he would have been amazing also.
Oh yeah, that's just a great
journey. Cast. Yeah, such a great cast.
Yeah, Operation Spaghetti. I mean Italy.
That's the other thing with Genevieve that I don't think I brought up is that most of the new era they have at least like one other person from their season. Genevieve doesn't have that. Genevieve's all alone.
Yes.
I don't think that's gonna.
And that worries me for her, especially because like I feel like at least everybody else has someone who they had some sort of connection with or played a prior season with. Like even Colby and Stephenie for a very short time played Heroes versus Villains together. And so, like, there's some connections from. Yeah. So
there's no real crossover for Genevieve, and I think
that's what's going to do her in. I really do.
Absolutely.
Oh, speaking of people who hated Venus on 46, Tevin just got announced for Over the Edge.
Oh wow, nice. Tevin would have been cool to see
with Eric Reichenbach and Mike from 42.
Oh, nice. Okay. Speaking of Mike, we talked about him earlier. But yeah, Genevieve, happy to see her. I don't think this is the cast for her, unfortunately. I would love to see, and here's the thing. If it doesn't work out for her here, I think this is someone you absolutely bring back in like a couple years.
Absolutely.
And try to see like, how she's going to do. Because I think she absolutely has it in her to be this like powerhouse of a player. And she kind of was in 47. Things go differently for her. If Rachel doesn't go on the immunity run she does, I think Genevieve's in a much, things turn out much better for her. It's just unfortunately that wasn't the case. So great pick. I just don't think she's going to do well, unfortunately.
I agree.
All right. So we move on from Genevieve and we go to a lot of people from 48. A lot of people from 48 that are brought back here. We have the winner of 48, Kyle. Look, I mean,
this entire photo looks so badly photoshopped.
It does. Poor Kyle.
Kyle himself.
Yeah, his is definitely one of the worst. I don't know what they were thinking with the majority of these photos. Kyle, I think, has one of the most interesting arcs on the new era. I haven't talked about 48 on this channel much. Actually, I'm going to be doing a video very soon talking about like the two Survivor scenes I haven't talked about yet. So look forward to that. But I think what's very interesting about Kyle's game is that throughout the majority of that season, you are thinking about Kyle, but not as much as you're thinking about like Joe and Eva and things like that. So I think Kyle's in a spot where like he should
so severely flawed for 48. It's rough.
Right, like Kyle should be a huge target coming into this, but I actually think out of the winners, he might be like the least targeted out of the ones that are back here, because
there's a reason for that, but
right. I think what Kyle does really well is the fact that this is somebody that really just kind of draws you in. He's someone who is very good socially. He's able to well insulate himself. He played the middle extremely well in 48. And I think just in general, Kyle really does have it in him to make a pretty deep run here. I look also at his tribe, and I think he's got a really good tribe here. He's got Colby, he's got Q, he's got he's got Rizzo. There's multiple people here I can see Kyle really linking up with and going pretty far. So I think Kyle honestly has a really good chance. Yes, obviously there's the fact that he's a winner, but I don't think that's going to hinder him in the way it does for like D or someone else that we're going to talk about. So yeah, I mean, I see things going pretty well for Kyle for the most part, and hope he does well. What do you guys think?
I don't know how much I'm at liberty to say.
Yeah, we're not trying to mention that.
It's in the synopsis of the first episode.
Yeah.
Like, and even at that, the internet is the internet, and what happens to Kyle is heavily, heavily hinted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm lost because I have not looked into this. So
I mean, I guess I'll just say it since Mike's bringing it up. It's heavily speculated that Kyle's like a medevac, and
my goodness,
yeah, that's gonna happen like pretty early into the show. But again, that's entirely
like it's speculated just because of everything that is out there publicly and the timing of when it came out.
Right.
I could be wrong. I have read wrong spoilers before, like Rizzo's placement on 49.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But it's in the synopsis of the first episode where
Gotcha.
Happens pretty early.
See, I didn't take that as a medevac. I just took it as like someone's injured and like can't compete in a challenge. But I guess we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Yeah,
it happens. It's rare. Like for example, One World had a medevac from an unforeseen injury in the first challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope to be wrong. I do like Kyle a lot.
Yeah.
And I do want to see him do well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of the things that I worry about with Kyle is the fact that Kamila is also here. I know we haven't talked about her yet, because I think she's next. But they were kind of a very tight duo in 48. And, once they reunite, I think that's going to be when people are going to be like, okay, there's a past duo from the season, and it may really hinder his game and her game as well. So that's the one thing that's my biggest concern in regards to Kyle. I think as a winner, he definitely is on the lower totem pole of people who would definitely be seen as a threat. But I think any sort of a swap, and if he and Kamila are reunited, people are going to be like, oh crap, this duo is something we got to look out for. So that'd be the one thing I could see being used against him, and why they would want to vote him out, and same with, and vice versa with Kamila as well. So that would be the one thing I would say.
Yeah, I think that's definitely going to be a problem. I think the hope that I have is we saw what Kyle and Kamila were able to do in 48, and I feel like they can kind of do the same thing here. So we'll see.
We'll see. But that's just a fear I have for him in the game.
Well, we're not actually talking about Kamila next.
Oh, I thought she was next. Shoot.
Yeah. I thought so too. I was like, I don't know why. Like the placements are all over the place.
Kamila looks different.
Yeah, honestly. So we're not talking about Kamila. We're talking about Joe. And look, this is what I'll say about Joe. It's not great. It's not looking great for Joe, because here's the thing with him is that Joe is coming in a season that was so heavily like edited around him. Like basically, especially when you get to like the merge, everything is pretty much centered around Joe. Even when it probably shouldn't be, he's the one that they're giving all of the focus to. And so I feel like coming into this, it's like especially the fact that like this was filmed literally right after 48. It's like, how is Joe not going to be an immediate target on this cast? And I just don't see it going well for him. I think he is absolutely going to be one of the first few boots here.
Actually, it was filmed right like a week after 49 finished filming.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
And so it was literally like right after the 48 finale.
Immediately, they had like a week. Rizzo and Savannah had like a week.
That is wild.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, I think that like similar to what we talked about with like D, if he had like a few seasons to kind of like get people to not think as much about 48 and things like that, sure, he could do really well. But that is the season that's going to be freshest in everyone's mind because, well, they've seen it. And I think for somebody like Joe, it's just not going to go well for him. Yes, you obviously have this duo of Kyle and Kamila, but what does everybody think about with that edit? Joe, how much it was centered around Joe. And also, I think we've seen with Joe, the guy only has like one way to play the game, and there's no possible way that style of gameplay is going to work in 50. This honesty and integrity bullshit that like he preached so hard in 48 is just not going to work here. People are gonna be like, dude, what are you doing? We're playing Survivor. They didn't take it seriously in 48. They're certainly not gonna take it seriously here. So it's like, I really just don't see it going well for him. I think what's going to happen is Joe is going to find a group of people. He's going to feel very loyal to him. And then they're just going to backstab the fuck out of him because it's like, this guy's never going to see it coming. So why don't we? And also he's really good at challenges. So why don't we take him out? So I really do think that he is in a spot where it's just not going to go all that well for him. I like him as well. I mean, sometimes I like him. Sometimes he annoyed the fuck out of me on that season, but I think he's a generally well-meaning guy and things like that. But I also think that, again, just the way that he plays Survivor is just not conducive to what this cast is going to do. And especially looking at his tribe, very similar to Genevieve, it's like, why wouldn't Joe go here? Like, it just makes sense for him to be one of the first few that is voted off. So yeah, I don't see it going well for him. I hope I'm proven wrong, but yeah, I don't know. The way he played in 48, I just feel like he's going to try to do the same thing here. And and especially because, again, he hasn't had a lot of time to really think about it. I just don't think it's really going to go well for him. So yeah, what do you guys think?
Yeah, one thing I was going to say is similar to Jonathan. I think this was a bad call to cast him on this season. I think Joe would have benefited to be on a season that had newbies and returnees, because I think the newbies would gravitate to him because they're like, oh, he's loyal, he's honest, integral,
right?
And
he's like a prime candidate for that kind of season.
Yes.
He's one of those people he comes in and you're just you got these people worshiping him.
Yes.
Not willing, and then maybe he is willing to play a bit more cutthroat.
Game, and then that's something I think that was production's flaw with casting him on this season, because like you said, I was just looking at Tribe. I have that pulled up on my phone, so that's why when I go to my phone, I'm like, who's on what tribe? That's what I'm trying to look into.
Yeah, I have a tab open for that.
I agree. I think he's not long for this game. I think, I think it was a bad choice for this kind of a cast because of the type of game Joe played, and because he was the forefront of 48 as well. And I wish they would have given him more time, similar to what we said about D. I wish it was more time and in kind of a mixed cast of newbies and returnees. I think that would be where I could see him really thrive. And if they wanted him to do well on a cast, that will be what I would have done. I think he is definitely probably going to be, if his tribe does not win, he's probably out early.
100%.
And again, he's
the other thing.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, Mike, you probably have maybe the most to say here, since you might have potentially met the person that he was the most well aligned with on 48. So what do you want to say?
I did it. She was wonderful to meet in person. At the Rhode Island Idol once again.
Yes,
we had Eva come and visit, and that was like our alumni representation for coming up for the season. And I mean, the edit centered around Joe so much.
Yeah.
That
to the detriment of that season, by far.
It surrounded Joe so much that sorry, a gas bubble come up and that's why I had to stop for a minute. It's the edit. I think the edit surrounded Joe so much that it buried a lot of Eva's game as well, despite them being in the forefront of everything. You really don't get to see that Eva's actually also close with Kyle and Kamila.
Yeah.
And those are like her two closest friends out of the season other than Joe. And she has said that, like, oh yeah, I'm actually closer to the Kyle and Kamila than I am with Joe. But I mean, that comes from, I think, just age gap and the age gap of it all. Joe definitely had a great story, though. I thought with season 50, like I'm not big on the love is loyal. I was honest. I was integral. It's like that's cool and all, but like this is a game of deception.
We're not playing a Facebook game.
Did you do anything cool other than be a hero?
Yeah.
Right.
But no, that's just how it did. It's just the type of gameplay that fit his story perfectly.
Right.
And I'll give him that credit. But I mean, I think the other big thing that wasn't mentioned that's gonna hurt him, I think, on 50 is the fact that he is in a game playing the season with first, third, and fourth from his season.
Yeah.
And it's like you got 3 of the final 4 of 48 here. How do you not break that up?
Right.
Yeah, and the other thing I was going to say is he also is a very similar archetype, kind of like a combination between like Ozzy and Colby, and like because he's a provider, he's a strong physical threat. He's got that kind of energy, and I think again, production, what the hell are you doing casting very similar people on the season? Like there were so many diverse men you could have gone for this season. So that's just a complaint I have. So
even if like you sub out like Joe for Eva, I think that's honestly even
yes, I agree.
I would have much rather have seen Eva again.
Well, because the other thing is like again, 48 so focused on Joe. Why wouldn't you put in Eva, who you can show like, okay, just because like she was tethered to Joe, that there's more to her than that, and you can kind of make up for the shitty edits she got throughout the season.
Yeah, I think her journey has more to grow on Survivor. To be completely honest with Joe, I think we saw everything Joe could really give. In like I said, this type of season is not the type of season I would want to see Joe on. I think if you want to bring Joe back, you bring him back with the half fraternities, half newbies.
Yeah, like I said, one style of gameplay.
With the moniker of in the hands of the fans, this cast ultimately all in all felt like it was very out of touch with the fans.
Yeah, it really was.
I'm not talking about just Joe.
Yeah.
That's not about just Joe either.
Just in general, yeah. No,
yeah.
I will.
No, I agree too.
But yeah,
the next person is something we did want.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I was gonna say probably the person I'm most excited to see back from 48, and that of course is Kamila Karthigesu. She got 4th place on Survivor 48, and
I can't believe you're trying to pronounce things after.
After Takatines, however the fuck it's pronounced, yeah. But yeah, Kamila, I'm just so excited to see her here because, yes, obviously we can talk about the fact that her and Kyle are such a well-known duo, and that could be a really bad thing for her. But here's the thing. Kamila is such a adaptable player. I think what a lot of people forget about is that for the second half of the game, they're not really playing together. They are meeting up with each other for like 40 seconds a round, pretty much. And the rest of it, they're doing entirely on their own. And the thing with Kamila is that, yes, she was seen as this like really big threat, but that's because she was absolutely the best of like the resistance in that season. She was kind of the person who, you know, she didn't want this like kumbaya type thing. She wanted to be more cutthroat. She was willing to make a lot of great moves. She has, I think, my favorite move of the entire season with, what she does to, what was his name, Thomas, that whole thing that ends up going down. Oh my God, that was like the best move of 48 for me. The way her and Kyle ended up pulling that off.
Wait, there were people on this season that weren't Kyle, Kamila, or Joe or Eva?
Believe it or not, yes.
Honestly, I really have not gone through all 48, to be completely honest with you. So some of my takes on 48 may not be the best because
it's rough.
I tried to watch it and just got bored.
You know, it's a rough season. It's a rough season to get through. But I think that Kamila, for me, the whole way through is one of the big standouts. She's one of the people who the entire way through, like, it feels like she has the potential to do something. And when you watch the edit, you're a little bit frustrated because it feels like she should be making a move and then she's not making it. But then you hear about the way that 48 ended, and Kamila ends the game in a spot where she was like a unanimous winner. Like that entire jury was going to vote for Kamila.
That is confirmed, by the way.
Yeah. They saw Kamila as like the front runner. And I think that you put her on this cast, and I think she, honestly, sure, you could say she's a big target back, but I think Kamila is just a really great social player. She's very adaptable, and out of the 3 on 48, I see her doing the best. Very similar to Tiffany. I think that she's going to be in a really good spot on this cast. I don't know how far she's going to go, but I really do see things going well for Kamila here. I think it was a great idea to bring her back. I think that her and Kyle by far were the more interesting duo for me. And out of the two, I mean, Kamila was the player I was more drawn to on that season. And I think that, you know, she proves that, especially if Kyle leaves early, then I really think Kamila can do well.
Yeah.
We'll really get to see like a whole different side of her. Her entire game was, you know, with Kyle. But again, if you really think about 48, it actually wasn't, because there's so much of that game that they're, you know, spending apart from each other and having to, you know, benefit on their own with the limited information that they had, but still finding a way to stay on the same page. If Kyle goes, I don't actually think that's that bad for Kamila. No. Now, if Kamila goes, I think that's bad for Kyle. I don't think that's the case for Kamila here. So, yeah.
I agree with you. I do.
That's honestly ironic, because I just remember in my opinion, Kyle's game-winning move is recognizing that he could not take his final 2 to the end.
Yeah, exactly.
And I believe the power was in Kyle's hands. So Kyle's the reason why it's Kamila and Eva in fire.
It was. Yeah. Yeah. No, it was.
So,
and from what I heard,
kind of huge. It was like Kyle recognized and being like, yeah, I can't take you to the end. You're going to beat me.
I think from what I heard, Kamila was going to do the same thing to him. Like if she was the one to win final immunity, they were going to take out each other.
There was an article out there. I think it was just someone took what Kamila said and is using it as clickbait, but she jokingly was like, oh yeah, I'm pissed Kyle's back too.
Yeah. And that's why I also think that, like, sure, they're the most, like, well-known duo coming into this, but I also see them, like, just fooling everybody once again, where it's like, oh, well, we're not really working together.
We're not really working together. Oh, I'm mad because he took me out. Yeah, I completely could see it.
Like, Kamila especially is such a good gaslighter. Like, you see that especially in the pre-merge of 48, and so I think she's going to once again, like, you know, showcase that here. So yeah, like I said, I think out of the you know, new era people, I think it's like her and Tiffany. Those are the two who I think are going to do the best, and I'm just really excited to see how she does. So Did you guys want to say anything or?
No, I think you covered it very well with like it's similar to what I was thinking. I think if Kyle goes early, I think she actually will benefit, and I think it will make her game stronger. And I'm excited to see what she brings to the table.
Yeah.
I do want Kamila to go far again as well.
Oh yeah.
Her and Eva are like really, really good friends, like best friends outside of the postseason and everything. So she has visited Providence a few times. Unfortunately, I was not in the area for any of that. But like they're both into hockey. She's Canadian. I keep forgetting she's Canadian, but
I actually forgot too. Now that you mentioned it.
So I mean, go figure. The hockey player and the Canadian are like besties and shit.
Yeah.
I just saw myself disconnect. I'm really hoping that puts me in sync with the fucking podcast.
Yeah, so it's not like 3 minutes behind on your end.
It's so bad.
Oh man.
But we got a few people left. We got some.
Yeah.
The final two here that are in it to win it.
I was gonna say, I think, we said all we need to about Kamila, and then these last two, I think we're gonna go through pretty quickly because we've already kind of talked about them.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, this is like one of the first ones.
That don't even look like Savannah.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on in these photos, but the winner of 49, Savannah. Coming in, and I think that this is the advantage that Savannah does have coming into this season is that when they filmed 50, people did not know much about 49 other than what Rizzo or Savannah can say. So yeah, she's in a spot where like she's a winner, but she's not going to be a target in the way that like a D is, in the way that let's say a Kyle is, because of the fact that again, people don't really know how she played the game. So she can kind of just bullshit and say whatever she wants in regards to how she really played and things like that. And I think that's going to be really good for Savannah. The problem is that Savannah is somebody who I do think her biggest flaw in 49 is that she has a tendency to not really show her cards well. It is very obvious what she is doing. She is somebody that people saw as a really big threat multiple times throughout the season. There were multiple points where if she doesn't win, she very well could have gone. And I do think that she's not going to be in a spot here where she's in this like win it or go home type position, but I think she could eventually end up in that spot later on in the game as things do go on. I think pre-merge she's going to do just fine, but I think later on is where I get a bit worried for her. I think that that could definitely be an issue, especially if she's in a scenario where like D and Kyle go early, then things really don't look great for Savannah. And I think, while yes, she also has a duo, don't know if I see that duo being as strong as like a Kyle and Kamila were, especially when we'll talk about the way that Rizzo played in 49 and things like that. I just don't know how Savannah's really going to do here. I think she's going to do well for a while. I just worry like that mid-game to end. I think that's where things get really rocky for her. So we'll see how she goes. Obviously, it makes total sense to put her on this cast. I think if you're looking at 49, I mean, how could you not have Savannah here? I think there are choices from 49, but the two they chose, I think, were the right choices. And I think that, seeing Savannah again, I'm really excited to see how she does. She's definitely one of the best New Era winners. But again, there's that one flaw that she has. I do think that is going to be a problem on a All-Stars cast, but we'll really have to see. What do you guys think? One thing discussed for Savannah and Rizzo both. I think the whole thing is of the cast not knowing. It's the double you know and the double you don't know is the dilemma, and they can only just go based on the information they give them, and they won't know where they placed or what happened throughout the season because, as it was said, it was 1 week in between season 49 did not air before 50 took place. So I think that's going to be the dilemma of the other players that they're playing with of, do we want to trust them or not? I wonder if the ghost of Russell Hantz will come back to haunt them because that happened with Russell on Heroes versus Villains. Kevin, you probably may or may not have known that.
That
I know he has like a really bad downfall.
He does. But the thing was, people trusted him, and when they shouldn't have, because Samoa, his season had not aired before Heroes versus Villains. All they knew is he was cast on Heroes versus Villains, and he kind of BS'd what took place on his season, I think, in order to.
Savannah will absolutely do that because
I see Savannah doing that, and that's what I'm kind of. That's my biggest concern, really, is that because this has happened once before, and the player who did it really stabbed so many people in the back ruthlessly, and people were like, let's not trust this. I think that may be the case for her, and even for Rizzo, that people are going to be like, yeah, we're going to take what you're saying with a grain of salt. We're not going to trust everything you say.
We even saw in 49, she didn't have like the greatest jury management with some people. Like because I think that's why it was such a close vote, because the other two just kind of did that better. There were people that she burned in 49 who were not happy that she burned them. So I think that definitely could be a potential issue.
Yes. So that would be my takeaway of what I think may or may not occur, and they may, take that into consideration with her and even with Rizzo. So we shall see.
Well, I think this season ruined Savannah's first season, actually. I'm going to just address
it did. It did.
To circle back to Marianne. Marianne was supposed to be on this cast, and all of a sudden, it's Savannah.
Yeah.
I wonder what could have possibly happened where they're going to cut a winner for another winner. Knowing that happened absolutely smashed the momentum of any suspense this season could have possibly had. Where even despite Savannah having a rough go at this and that, it was still miffed by the fact that she's coming back for 50. And the fact that we knew that, because this Survivor cannot keep a secret for the life of them.
Yeah.
We knew immediately, if not before they announced the 50 cast. And changed my mind. They announced that cast early because it got leaked.
Oh, 100%.
Nintendo does shit like that all the time.
Yeah.
If something accidentally or intentionally gets out.
No, I don't disagree with you. 49 definitely, like, especially the first half was very not the most exciting, because I knew like what was going to happen. Like we knew what the outcome was going to be. We knew regardless of like how far
and Savannah weren't going to go.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like we knew they were going to be fine, so there wasn't as much like tension there. So we'll see. But
the lowest placement any contestant has on this season is 8th.
Yeah, I believe so.
You could argue that there's like a 12th, a 19th, etc., but they placed higher elsewhere.
Their highest placement, like highest overall, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
So either way, that also was further speculation. Yeah, Savannah and Rizzo do pretty well.
Right.
But it's also going to be interesting that Savannah is the first, and as of this current moment, it'll probably stay this way, but she's the only winner to return immediately after winning, the only winner to come back on a back-to-back season. So that's going to be very interesting to watch.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that really goes, but I think we've said all we needed.
That's really all I got, because there is nothing I want AI-generated bullshit off of my screen.
I will say, I don't think this is AI. I think the lighting is just really bad. I think it's just the contrast.
I think we're just watching Survivor Chat GPT here.
If you look at the other photos,
Survivor chatters versus clankers. I can't wait.
I don't think it's AI. I think it's just the contrast on the lighting is really bad.
She's so obviously touched up here, and it's just giving AI generated.
No, it's just contrast. There's two very different things between AI and contrast, and I think this is like a contrast thing.
Like I said, it's Survivor chatters versus clankers coming up next.
Yeah. Anyway, we can go back and forth all day, but yeah. So we'll go to our last person here, and that is Rizzo Velovic.
Keep going. Keep going. Get it. You gotta say it. You gotta say it.
Who of
you
course
gotta say the thing.
4th place in.
No, you gotta say the thing.
Oh, the Riz God himself. He got 4th place in 49.
That's not how you do it.
And I'm really excited to honestly see how he does here, because I think the game he played in 49, very similar to like a Joe, is one that you really could only play on his season. The way that he like held on to like his idol and things like that. He's like, oh, I'm going to play it. Actually, no, I'm not going to play it. Oh, I'm going to play it. Actually, no, I'm not going to play it. It's like he's like dangling the carrot in front of you the entire time. And then he finally does end up playing it like when you think he's not going to. And it's like, you know, you could see the jury wasn't even like that excited about it, because it's like, okay, we knew you had it. Why'd you do it now? So yeah, he's on this season. I think it made sense for him to be there. Him and Savannah, like, you know, very similar to Kyle and Kamila, a very known duo. But I think what we forget is that in that season, they weren't exactly like the best of allies. Like, yes, they were looking out for each other, but there were plenty of times like Rizzo did stuff that Savannah did not know he was going to do. And you could see like the look on her face when he would do stuff like that. Like, do we not remember when Savannah was like this close to going home, and you know, Rizzo could have played the idol for her and then chose not to. So yeah, I think Rizzo's in a spot where those two are not going to be seen as like this duo that, you know, need to be targeted immediately, because the fact that they're just not like that. Yes, they work very well together, but they are their own separate players who are looking out for themselves at the end of the day. And I think with Rizzo, I think that, you know, he's someone who is this very chaotic player, but he's a lot more controlled than like, say, a Q, than like a coach or something like that. And so I think that is going to help him, because he does have like a really good social game. People felt very good towards him. He was good at talking himself out of like very difficult situations. He's not the greatest at like jury management, very similar to Savannah, which we talked about. I think even worse than Savannah in terms of like jury management. But I do think that he is on a tribe where I think he's going to do pretty well. I talked about it before. You know, you got Colby, you got Kyle, Q, Angelina, Aubry. I think these are all people he could work pretty well with. And he's also, you know, this huge fan. He's going to know who these people are. He's going to want to gravitate towards them. So, yeah, I mean, I think he's coming onto this cast, and he's probably one of the biggest unknowns to me. I really don't know how far Rizzo's going to go. Like Savannah, I can say, I think the fact that she's a winner, that's both a good thing and a bad thing for her. Rizzo, I'm really not sure, because I think he has a very specific way of playing the game, and I'm just not sure if that way of playing is really going to end up working out for him. It worked out well for him on 49, but how much of that was because he had Savannah? He had, you know, he had Soph. Like, how is it really going to work out as well for him here? We'll really just have to see. So I really don't know. Like, I would love to say Rizzo's going to do great, but I generally don't know.
Yeah, no,
like I said, Savannah's in it to win it. Rizzo's in it to win it too.
I completely agree with your assessment. I think Rizzo is a lot more of an unknown than Savannah. I think Savannah will probably have a harder time. I think Rizzo may have an easier time integrating, but again, people may be hesitant to trust him just because of Survivor's past. And it'll be interesting to see how he can do in this game. I wouldn't say I have high hopes or I have low hopes. I just think that, you know, we're gonna have to wait and see. We're gonna have to see how he navigates.
Mike, despite the fact you think Rizzo's in it to win it, how do you think he's going to do?
This is one of my favorites to look forward to for this season, much like he was 49. But that comes from the fact of like actually almost knowing Rizzo prior to both of those.
Yeah, that definitely.
Rizzo was in our communities over the years. He won the season after mine of an org I played in 2020. Played sequestered minis with Kevin and I in the past. I don't think he's actually played with either of us, but I mean,
no, I've not played with him.
Not me either. All right, so there's that. But I mean, just knowing Rizzo's a fan, knowing Rizzo from just barely missing out from being in mutual communities, I gladly will support Rizzo in anything, really. I'm literally to be a super fan and go on the show, do really well, and then come back and playing with all these legends from over the years, like that is the dream.
Yeah.
And Rizzo gets to live that wild ass Brant Steele fucking fantasy ass cast dream.
Yep.
For that, I'm just thrilled for him. Like, look at this shit. This is great.
Right, especially back to back like that is crazy.
Imagine getting to play the real thing with like Cirie and company. That's a Brant Steele fever dream come true. I'm just all the more thrilled for what Rizzo is gonna bring to 50. And I am gladly rooting for the man, the myth, the legend, RIZ, GOD, baby. Let's fucking go.
Hell yeah.
That's how you do it. That's how the Macarena go.
That's how you do it on Survivor. Yes, exactly. So that's Rizzo, and that's the entire cast. So we've done the cast assessment, so there's one thing left to do here. We are going to go ahead and draft these people. Very excited
I'm actually kind of visible now.
Oh, wow. I guess all I had to do was stop sharing my screen. That's crazy. All right. Oh, wait. I don't have the... I'm just fixing this real quick. I don't have the thing correct. Okay. There we go. So we don't need that column. We don't need that column. Okay, we're good. All right. So, yeah, I have the draft here. So we'll just go ahead and get started.
Is Jenn still drafting with us, by the way?
Jenn can draft off. I mean, Jenn can draft afterwards, but this will just be like between like the three of us, and we'll do it that way. I'll give an update like after what her draft is, but we'll go ahead and get started. I don't think we spun a wheel or anything, so I guess I don't know who wants to start. I don't know what we're gonna do.
I mean, I can get a wheel up real quick.
Multiple people
can
share
play
their
a round of unplugged to determine our pick.
Oh no, not the.
Well, we don't have a video
monetized. Sure, let's do it.
No, we don't. You have to listen to a song on camera.
Yeah. All right, Wheel of
Okay,
Names.
I'm doing it.
Okay. Oh, and it lands on.
And who's going home to Rocks this time?
Mike, you're first.
Oh,
Aubry.
Okay.
Wasting no time on that pick. Give me Aubry.
All right, Aubrey's first. All right, Jazzie, who's
spinning
going
again?
Next?
Oh, we got to determine second and third here. Well, the third place curse come in to effect.
No, it did not. It's me.
Oh God. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I am going to pick Chrisy.
Okay, where the fuck is she?
Who the fuck is... Oh, just kidding. We already did that joke.
Did I not download her photo?
Oh, God.
Oh, should I have changed... Wait, should I have changed my name to Jatia for this bit?
Oh, wait, actually.
Don't change it.
That would have been funny.
No. I bet like on the StreamYard. Should I just...
Oh, I think she's right next to. No, it's
She's
Steve.
First.
No, that's Jenna.
Oh,
No. Next to Genevieve.
Wait, let me see.
It's not in season order.
Oh yeah, you're right. There we go. Okay, yeah. All right. So there's Chrisy,
but not Christopher.
Yeah. So I'm going. Yes, not Christopher. Yeah. So I'm going next. So I'm going next. I'm
recording. Haha.
I'm gonna go ahead and do it because I'm surprised it hasn't been done yet. But I mean, I don't think that you can have a proper draft kickoff without picking the amazing Cirie. So that's who I'm picking first.
Fair enough.
Mike, go ahead.
Does it go back? Rizzo.
Or do I get two people? I don't know.
I don't know. I do have my pick ready if we're.
If we're doing a snake draft, I guess I pick a second person, so I'll do
Hey, snake.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've already said before that I think this person's going to do really well, so I'm just going to go ahead and pick Tiffany.
Fair enough. She was actually my next pick, but let's see now.
Oh no, Mike didn't get to pick yet.
I want to go back.
No. Yeah, it goes back to Mike.
I did say who I was picking already.
Oh, you did? Who'd you say?
Yeah, I said Rizzo.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I didn't hear.
Well, I'll announce it again in a minute. Let Jazzie pick.
I'll go Christian.
All right, choice. Christian it is.
Good choice. Yeah, good answer. Give me RICGOD, Rizgod, baby. Take him right off, put him right back on. Let's go.
All right.
Absolute cinema.
A lot of ways, a lot of directions I could go here. Let's see. Fuck it, I'll pick Mike White.
Fuck, I forgot it was there.
He was there.
Next choice. Fucker.
Right,
fuck him. I don't know.
I just noticed I have some people here twice.
Oh wait, wait a minute. If it's Snake, don't I go twice?
Yeah, you do.
Does that mean I can steal Mike White technically?
I don't think that's how it works.
That is how it works because you just skipped my pick and.
Well, whatever.
Is Rizzo on there? Wait, is it me or is Rizzo on there twice?
I said some people are here twice. Yeah.
You have two Rizzos.
And there's two Savannahs. I think that's
so I don't look and feel so honestly, don't look and feel like an asshole after this. I'll let Kevin have Mike White.
Okay.
And I will instead choose who we got here. Give me Kamila.
Fuck, that was gonna be my next one.
Oh, you too?
That's what
now we're fucking even.
Right. I'm gonna go with my next choice, which is going to be I'm gonna Rick Devens.
Rick Devens? Alright, where the fuck is he? Oh, there he is.
Okay. Fourth to last. To avoid confusion, can I have both Rizzos? Natalie? Okay, can I have the other Rizzo?
Yeah, you should get the other Rizzo. All right, who's next for me? Let's see. You know what?
Can I just say while we're doing all this, someone on this call did something that someone on this season could not do, and that is win EXP.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
However,
Rizzo did get on Survivor twice.
Exactly. All right, so my next person here, I didn't even hear what you said. I was like trying to think about who I was picking next. But all I heard was EXP, which I
said someone on here did what someone on this season could not do, and
it's definitely not me. It's definitely not me. It's definitely Jazzie, who played EXP and won EXP. So yeah,
she did actually play. We all.
Oh wait, yes, she did. What am I saying?
I think I'm the only one who did it twice.
Yeah, no, you are. But we're not here to talk about EXP. We're here to talk about Survivor.
No, wait, you did play a second time.
Oh yeah, I did terrible. But yeah, I don't like to talk. I don't like to think about that one. But what I do like to think about is my next pick, who I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and pick Jenna here. I think Jenna's gonna do really well. Like I said, I think she's a dark horse coming in here. Hasn't played in a long time, and I think she has a big advantage coming into this cast.
You got a second. You got a second.
Oh, I got a second pick. Okay, cool. Let's see. Who the fuck else?
I like how we're doing a snake draft, and yet we fucked up the snake part of it every single time.
I know. We really know what we're doing. I'll go Angelina. Why not?
Natalie.
Alrighty. I am going to go with Emily Flippen.
All right.
That's who I was going to do next.
Well, since you can't do Emily, who's next?
Next is going to be...
I can't really see who we've got left because the heads are cut off.
So we got Colby, Stephenie, that's Joe, that's Q, Savannah.
Oh, I thought that was Kyle, and then Kyle's over there.
Yeah.
I can't see.
Genevieve, D.
But I can see.
And then you have...
For my first pick on this end of the snake.
Yeah.
For my first pick on the end of the snake, I'm going to pick Coach.
Okay.
Because I'm wearing a buff from his season right now.
Yeah.
But then again, that buff has also been rotating this entire time. And for the other half of the snake, I'm going to pick... Where's Charlie?
Oh, is he not here?
Well, maybe it counts as one of the Rizzos that it's Charlie.
Did I actually not get Charlie's? What the fuck? No, I definitely have Charlie somewhere.
Where's Charlie?
I was just making a joke.
Oh, here he is. I have it.
He'll be one of the Rizzos.
I still don't see it.
It said choose file, and then it didn't come up for some reason.
Ah, yes, the file chosen. It's not there.
If I press download, is that... Oh, no, that
downloads the tier maker.
Maybe if I do this, then he'll show up.
Oh, no.
We just lost the whole thing.
No, I don't think we did. I think it saves it.
I think you have to click save when you...
Well, where'd it go?
The whole thing is gone. All right, hold on. I'm gonna fix this.
I'm sure someone else has Survivor 50 out there.
You guys filibuster for a bit. I'm gonna fix this.
Okay.
My filler is... What photo is that? Is that from Florida?
Yeah, I've never changed it. It's just too good.
What happened there?
Jesse took a candid of me when I wasn't paying attention, so that's why it's funny.
I mean, yeah, but I want to know what happened to warrant that face?
I don't remember. Probably something something you said,
or something I did.
Yeah, honestly, that just feels right.
The drama.
Yeah. No, this was definitely before that. But we're not talking about that.
Everything was before that.
No, this is definitely before that.
With the realization of what you were stuck with at the time. All right, we're gonna filibuster about something else now.
I was gonna say, can we talk about literally anything else?
You said filibuster.
I did say filibuster, but not like that.
You're infringing on my First Amendment rights as a U.S. anyway.
The rights that don't exist anymore.
Yeah, if I sold them for McDonald's.
Exactly.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
All right, let's see. Making sure I have this right.
I'm just trying to see if there's any footage from Diana Agron's performance tonight. So, party, because I
Jazz, you had Christian, right?
Yes, I did. I had. Let me relook at. I have a chart in my head. Was Chrisy, Christian?
I wanted Donkey very badly, but DoorDash is not working here.
Rick Devens. Then I took Emily, and I think that's where I'm at.
Okay,
Tell me why I went to go take tier maker.
I figured it out. Charlie's just doesn't work. But yes, you can have Charlie. I'm fixing it now.
That's gonna be the running bit of the season is where's Charlie?
Where's Charlie?
You're gonna notice Charlie's is distinctly different from all the others because his isn't working for some reason. Okay, I think I got it. All right, so let me make sure I have this right. So, Jazzie, you had Chrisy, Emily, Rick Devens, and Christian.
Correct.
And then, Mike, you had Rizzo, Aubry, Coach Charlie, and Kamila. Am I correct?
Tell me why All right, I found something there.
That does not answer my question.
I think that is what. I think that is correct. But like, I wasn't keeping track of mine because I was keeping track of my own.
Okay.
And it's my turn, I believe.
Okay, so go ahead.
Track of anything.
Yeah, we should be good now.
Use at to mention someone and get their attention.
My next choice. Oh, boy.
Oh, I got.
You know what? If anyone from this group can overcome the odds, I think it's going to be D.
I found a tier maker that actually
give me D.
Okay. Wait, what? What did you say, Mike?
I found a tier maker that's already on this site that actually does have everybody.
Well, this also has everybody.
I think we're in too deep with this one.
I was gonna say I think we're good. While we should just continue.
Oh, we found Charlie.
Yeah, because I found
Charlie,
photo.
and also I have one Rizzo.
Well, I don't have. Yeah, I don't know where the other Rizzo went.
Other Rizzo has disappeared.
Am I?
That's
think
why,
I'm next.
that's why Charlie's headless. It's the other Rizzo.
Well, just like how there's two Rizzos, you know what else there's two of? Savannahs. So I'm gonna pick Savannah.
And then you have another choice.
And then who else do I want?
Yeah, use them both on Savannah.
Yeah, that's fuck. Okay, this is where it gets tough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's all people we don't want.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Out of this group, honestly,
Genevieve right there is crazy.
Give me Q. We'll do that.
I'm gonna take Kyle.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mike, go ahead.
I didn't want either of them. What was that in the blue shirt?
Oh, that's Colby.
I think for the sake of old school, I'll take Colby for my first end of the snake.
Okay.
And then for my second choice.
So you got Ozzy.
This person needs to be picked before the other four. This person needs to be picked before the other four there. I'm picking Genevieve.
Oh, God. Okay. I don't think she's going to do well, so it's not that big of a deal. All right. I think Jazzie, you're next.
It's my turn. I'm going to go Ozzy.
Okay. Well, I'm going to pick Joe because, yeah.
Yay!
Great choice.
I'll bite the bullet and take Stephenie.
This looks so off balance because of how messed up it is.
I know, because there's two Savannahs.
That's all right. Maybe Jeff ranks this for Jonathan. It's fine.
Maybe, who knows? But okay, so we're gonna go through it one more time, despite how disastrous.
If you take a Savannah off, it looks even.
Yeah, yeah, you're
right.
Yeah,
one of the Savannahs has got to go.
It shouldn't be because there's three of us.
I can't do
3
that.
and 20, right?
Yeah, it won't let me take her off. When she's there, she's there. No, it's literally just Savannah. Like, if Savannah's gone, it's fine.
Damn it, Savannah.
There's 24 photos here on a cast of 20.
Wait, no, there's not.
I just counted.
No,
there's 24.
It's literally just the extra Savannah. I just counted. Like, each row has 9, or has 8, except mine, which has 9.
9, 18, 20. Wait, no, that doesn't add up.
It's just the extra Savannah.
2, 7, 8, 9. No, we have 8. 8, 16, 24.
Yeah, that's what I said. Each row has 8 except
Is this
mine.
really a 24-person cast?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, 24. Yeah, you're right. It's 24-person cast.
Huge. Wow, I don't know how to count anything.
But anyway, you know what? We don't know how to count, but we do know how to say who we have. So I'll go through one more time. So I have Cirie, Tiffany, Mike White, Jenna, Angelina, Savannah, Q, and Joe, and then Jazzie.
I have Chrisy, Emily, Rick Devens, Christian, D, Kyle, Ozzy, and Stephenie.
And if you're not hear this person's name, they're on my team.
Exactly.
Which means if you are Aubry, Rizzo, Benjamin Coach, Charlie, Kamila, Colby, Genevieve, and I wish this person wasn't on my team.
Well, we each have that person. I have the
professional. It's Jonathan.
Yes. All right, and well, that's our picks, and that is the draft. So yeah, like I said, we will probably do an updated one with Jenn. Do you want to give her just an extended thanks for being here? I know some things ended up happening that, extenuating circumstances where she had to leave unexpectedly and things like that, but really appreciated you being here, and all you contributed and things like that. And so, like I said, we will definitely do a second draft with her, and I'll give you an update on probably Twitter once we do, and probably on YouTube as well. I'll put in like the message type thing, and I'll do it there. So you guys will see the draft on there. Yeah, so before we do close things out here, I do want to make a quick announcement real quick. So I'm going to spotlight myself here. So like, as you've seen throughout this video, there was a version of this video where I had seen all the seasons I needed to before Survivor 50. I barely got through 2, as you saw. So I wasn't quite able to do that. I obviously, I'm good with like the new era and things like that. But when it comes to all the old players, I don't really have the knowledge that I want to. So how do we rectify that? Well, what I'm going to do is moving forward, I am going to be doing a podcast for Survivor 50 because as you can see, I should not be doing this on my own. I do not feel right about covering this season on my own because of the fact that I don't have the knowledge that other people do. And also, I don't have the anticipation that other people do. There's a lot of people here that haven't played 4 seasons, and there are plenty of people that I know personally that are very excited to see certain people play that haven't played for those seasons because it has been so long since they've seen them played. I don't have that history. I don't have that story with them. So therefore, I feel like it just kind of makes sense to have somebody else here. So moving forward, what I'm going to be doing is throughout the, however many weeks Survivor 50 is on, I will be coming on to do a podcast with a guest, and we will discuss both the episode, but that is not all we will be discussing, because what I'm also going to be doing is for the seasons of Survivor that I have not covered, each week at random, I will pick someone who is on the cast, and we will just be talking about their overall game, their journey on the show, their overall story, and also how we think that is factored into their game so far. It doesn't matter if they've been voted off or not. That is how we will end up going about it. I will say right now, we're going to start off with Jenna and Colby. Why 2? Because it is a double episode premiere. So I feel like it just makes sense to do it that way. And also the fact that those are the 2 seasons I've seen so far. So you'll hear me talk about Jenna. You'll hear me talk about Colby. I'll also watch the All-Star season. I might end up watching Colby's other season, but we'll see if that ends up happening. But either way, very excited to get into all of that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And also, again, just I think a way for me to actually discipline myself into fucking watching Survivor seasons, because it's always so hard for me to commit to doing so. I'm watching 3 or 4 other shows, and those take precedent over Survivor. And so I just have not been able to focus as much on it as I wanted to. And I feel like this is a good avenue for me to do that. So like I said, that is going to be a plan moving forward. I'm very excited. And what I will do is basically at the end of every single podcast, I'm going to spin a wheel. We will know who the player is that we're talking about, but prior to that, I will not know. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun that way. It's going to be very unpredictable. And also, I think just in terms of seeing the evolution of Survivor, it's going to be more interesting. Like one day I might spin a wheel and it'll be someone from like David versus Goliath, and then maybe the next time it's someone from like Panama. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun to do it that way. So very excited for how that all ends up going down. So just want to make that quick announcement. But before we do close things off, I'm going to give both of my guests a chance to say whatever they want to say, even though I'm afraid to put one of them in front of a mic solo.
Oh, don't do Jazzie like that. Come on.
You
know, just for that, I'm going to start with Jazzie here. Jazzie, go ahead.
Okay, hey everyone. I have been. You can follow me on my Twitter at
Where is it? Hold on.
Yeah. Keep up with all my goings on. I shall be. Quincy. I shall be going to New York very shortly. Excited to see my girl Diana Agron again. Gonna be a lot of fun. I've been writing quite a lot. If you enjoy reading about Glee, hey, read my story. I am writing about an original character, which has been really fun. Other than that, that's where you can find me.
All right, and Mike, go ahead. I don't know what you're gonna do, but go for it. Oh gosh. Okay. Well, that's enough of that. Anyway, no seriousness. Go ahead.
You can find me, unfortunately, also on Twitter, Wonderpuff MV, I think, something like that. I might have changed it. I don't think I changed it. But I'm also on Instagram as anyway here. What is it? Fuck, I forgot my own Instagram username. Give me 1 minute. All right, I was right. It's anyway here's Wonderpuff.
Okay.
Anyway here's Wonderpuff on Instagram. If you can find me on Discord, please don't. If you can find me on Facebook, congratulations, I guess. I'm pretty active there too, unfortunately. I think Facebook sucks, but not really.
Talk about the 10 C got
Anyway, if you find me, either congrats or I'm sorry. But as you can see, I got a background over here. It looks better than me now. But we're looking forward to Survivor 50.
Yes.
This probably will not be the last you see of me on this podcast because I'm really excited for the season. And
yes,
I have tried to be more passionate and stuff about stuff.
Yes.
And yeah, shooby dooby.
Shooby dooby indeed. I do want to quickly, since Jenn was here, you can follow her at Jenn Ramb on Twitter. A lot of great stuff over there. Instagram, I think it's under the same name. But like I said, this will not be the last you see of any of these three here. I'm going to have other guests as well, so you can look forward to that. It's going to be a great time. We're at the 3-hour mark, which is very, very exciting. But I mean, on a cast with 24 people, and you got, the three of us just yapping our asses off for what do you really expect at this point?
Literally 3 hours. Hey, I finally finished that hard jigsaw. It's been 3 hours.
Oh, damn. Okay. Well, maybe you'll actually not get voted off this time. But yeah, other than that, guys, in terms of my channel, I got a plethora of videos coming at you very soon. I got some movie reviews I'm catching up on, some TV reviews as well. In terms of reality television, if you remember, there was a season of Big Brother that I did not finish covering, and that I will be doing a video talking about that, as well as Survivor 48 and 49. I've watched all those seasons, but I also have a bunch of footage that I just did not upload last year. And so what am I going to do? We're just going to combine it into one video before 50 comes out. If I'm able to edit it before 50 comes out, if not, you'll get it in the next couple days. But very excited for that. Regardless, you'll hear the rest of my thoughts on Big Brother 27, as well as my thoughts on 48 and 49. Even though I talked a little bit about it here, I'm going to talk about it a little more in depth in that video. So look forward to that. Other than that, a bunch of other movies and TV reviews. So if you're interested in any of that, definitely consider subscribing to my channel. We'll love to be a part of all of that. Other than that, guys, over this video, hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you guys later. Okay, bye.